in stone divine. It's all about your top four, nothing more. Rushmore Show kicking down the door, ranking the icons, the greats we adore. It's all about your top four, nothing more. Nothing
This is the Rushmore Show where it's all about your top four and nothing more. Welcome on in. Come on in and hang out. It's Thursday night. So what Thursday night was Thunder, right? So is it a Thunder night?
Thunder.
No, not that Thunder. Not that Thunder. Hey,
Wrong
you know
time.
what?
Sorry.
The only time I was ever on TV while watching wrestling was at a Thunder in Amarillo, Texas. Yep. I got.
Did you get there by morning?
Huh?
Did you get there by morning?
What's up, Kev? Kev's my great friend from childhood. Berry's in the house. Hey, as y'all guys come on in, say hello. Hey, there's the Ravens versus the Dolphins are on tonight. It might be a scary game for somebody, but yeah, it's going to be another one. These two teams are in the bottom of the barrel. So we're going to watch some football tonight. While we watch football,
like my fantasy team.
Hey, Destination Switch is in the house. That is the old video game Votery. And hey, Destination Switch is going to be on our show coming January, February. And let me throw him a wrench because, you know, he's part of the family already. And he's going to be on the show. So thanks for coming in. You'll see what this thing is all about. Go Ravens? No. But hey, Robert, Pop, Springs, welcome to the show. Pops, Gramps, he is got a newborn, well, fairly newborn now, grandchild out in the house and out and around, and so congratulations to Pops. Votery, I'm sending you that wrench in about 3, 2, 1. Well, it's coming up soon. It's pulling up. Hey, so Andy, how was your week, man?
Fantastic.
So, you do anything special this week?
I lost to you in fantasy football. My team in Rushmore League is garbage.
You know what? It's my team's garbage too. And
we're the bottom of the barrel teams this year. We're the bottom of the barrel teams, and we're there. You know, it is what it is.
I think I'm gonna look. There's nothing worse than my team in my other league, dude. I got one win. I can't buy a win. Matter of fact,
the problem with that is it's money league, right?
One of our guests tonight actually runs that league. I might have to send him an extra $100. I'm so bad. It's horrible. I don't know that I've ever been this bad. I've got like 6 guys on the IR. The whole they're all out to lunch. And so let's get this thing rolling. So we are talking, look, Halloween. What's one of our favorite things around Halloween is dressing up in costumes. And we were like, hey, what can we do? We've already kind of done horror movies and all that scary, whatever jazz. What can we do? And we love wrestling around this place. And we're like, hey, Halloween Havoc. But let's just not go Halloween Havoc. Let's just do the scary gimmicks, right? The scary characters. Now, if you're not a wrestling fan, a gimmick is essentially the storyline that these wrestlers take on, right? And so when they take on these characters, and now in 2025, I'm sorry if you don't know wrestling is fake. Hate to break it up, but they take on these characters and they bring it to life. And one of the best things is when they are like this character, even when you see them out in public and like all the places, and they just live the character. So we have 2 really good guests. We got one of my best friends that we used to go to wrestling all the time, dude. We've been to more wrestling shows together than probably any other person aside from my nephew, which hopefully he'll drop in tonight as well. And we've got another guy who's been on the show before. He was actually on for wrestling video games the last time he was here. He runs a wrestling podcast, and he's got some great news about that podcast tonight that he's going to drop. Oh, yeah. So STCC, I am doing STCC, but Andy is 11 days 11 days away from taking a trip to Argentina. Thank you to all you guys that jumped in and helped support Andy as he goes and reaches the lost out in Argentina. They're going to build churches and, plant some flags out there and eat some steaks. That's what they're doing. This is probably the last time he'll be doing that for a while, because next year our great buddy is coming home for a little bit. And so we're going to pray as he's out there. And Andy, so I'll be there and I'll be preaching on Guardians of the Galaxy, just a heads up, because we have Andy, I forget his name all the time. What is his name?
Sean Gunn.
Sean Gunn is going to be one of the main guests there. If you know Sean Gunn, he was in Guardians of the Galaxy. So here lies the direction.
Also in Gilmore Girls. So any Gilmore Girls fans out there, he was there too.
Yeah.
So. Hey, I'll say
so
this.
I will be out there. I will be out there preaching on Guardians of the Galaxy at the convention, St. Tammany Collectors Con. It is on November 14th and 15th. It's at Mandeville. We'll talk about that in a little bit, though.
Also, real quick, I won't be there. However, I was given the honor and the duty of formulating the music playlist for STCC. So if you go there, the music you listen to is all selected by me. So
it's kind of like you're going to be there, right?
There's some fun stuff on there. There's some fun
kind of like I'm going to listen. I'm going to go, oh, there's Andy.
I had one stipulation, believe it or not. Ben Robert said, you can put whatever you want on it. Obviously, keep it clean. But also, know every rose has its thorn. It's the one song he hates. And he said, if you put it on there, you're fired from a non-existent job. So I obliged. It's a 15.
Tell me you went and found some other version that it's not.
I did find one version, and I just found out Miley Cyrus does a cover. It's not on my playlist, but Miley Cyrus has a cover of it, and it's as bad as you think it would be.
It's bad.
Absolutely horrible.
Well, look, before we lose any more people, we were up to 10 just a minute ago. Everybody, if you're in the chat, you have a wrench. Share your channels. Share what you're doing with the Summit Squad. Oh, and by the way, Destination Switch. We like to call the people in our crew in just our fans, if you will. Like, I don't know, do you really call them fans? But we're going to call them
friends, the community.
Yeah, our friends. We call them the Summit Squad, and this is for you. Squad, and one of the big parts about being on the Summit Squad is we take a little journey on Thursday nights, every Thursday night, and do our top 4 of something. So as we walk this line and go down this road of nostalgia, it's kind of our nostalgia therapy, we like to call it. You take this ride with us and drop your top 4. Look, Poppa, Shango, Boogeyman, Undertaker, and Fiend are already out in the chat. That is if we were going top 4 scariest of all time, no favorites involved, these 4 are definitely top-notch picks, and I love that. But you'll see, we're going to all go a different direction today. We call it the criteria. Let's get our guys out, Andy, and get this show on the road, because it is showtime. I keep saying that. I don't know why, but it is showtime, and we are get our friends. So everybody, Andy, are you hitting it? Am I hitting it? Because I haven't hit it in a while.
I will.
I can hit it. I got it right here. I got it right here.
So, go for it.
Rushmore of scary, dark, or even kind of Halloween-esque gimmicks in wrestling of all time. Let's get it. Get it. I don't know why it's not hitting all the time. I'm going to throw the computer away. But that got 4 more people to join in. So welcome in, guys. Hey, let's welcome in our friends. So when I started this, we actually started this with another guy, Patrick McCaskill. Patrick, we love you. If you're out there, I'm going to pray for you tonight because you're on my heart, man. And Patrick had some family stuff going on, some personal stuff going on, and he let us know that he wasn't able to make the show. But my buddy jumped on in, and we had two guys. And you know what? It hit me as I was doing video games. I was prepared for video games, which is January and February. The last time we had another guy on was during video games, and I saw his name, and I was like, man, he'd be perfect. And he did say he wanted to come back on the show, so I reached out to him and got him. So first off, welcome to the show, my buddy Bryant Swartz. We call him Ohio. He's going to be called Ohio here all night tonight. What's up, dude? Welcome. A little cross country with your kids tonight. How'd that go?
Yep. Good. Thanks for having me again, guys. I love doing this with y'all. Now, Tyson ran a 22:48, which is his personal best in the 3 miles, a freshman. So pretty good. He's pretty happy.
Freshman, freshie. Yeah, I love it. I love it, man. Good job, Tyson. So, hey, man, let me get the other guy out here. And this guy, we met him actually at Louisiana RetroCon. We did a couple promos with him, a couple videos, small short stuff like, what's your favorite this, what's your favorite that. And then we had him come on the show, and he was perfect. He runs a wrestling podcast. I'll let him shout out all of that because he has some secrets and stuff going, but it's called World of Kayfabe. Welcome to the show, our guy, Nick Venom. There he is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We actually have La Parka on the show.
Is
The
it the
chairman
real
of
La Parka?
WCW.
Which La Parka is it?
Is it?
The young one?
Okay, well, there you go.
What's up,
So,
guys?
welcome to the show. Welcome
Long
to the
time
show.
no see.
Yeah, man.
Thank
So,
you guys for having me on here.
man, it's been a minute. Been about a year and a half. So, welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, about a
hey,
year and
look.
a half.
We love when we can support other channels and they support us, and it's kind of like a huge community. So everybody in the channel, Retro Maniac, my guy
What's up,
Jeff,
Jeff?
Nick is in the
homie.
house. Hey, look, everybody, shout out if you're in the channel, you could drop your channels, but go follow our guy, World of Kayfabe. But he's going to tell us what's going on. So everybody, Nick, Venom. Shout out what you're doing. Like, do you have something amazing happening on your podcast? Do you have a direction you're going to go, some news, where you're going to be, conventions, whatever it is? This is your time to shine. All tens of people, tens of tens, the millions around the world. Tell them all about your channel.
So, as you guys may know, What a Kayfabe podcast has been on a hiatus since July of this year. We had some personal issues that we've been dealing with on each of our end, especially on my end. It's been a rough year for us, or for me specifically. However, I do have some big news. What a Kayfabe podcast is coming back January 1st, New Year's Day. Mark your calendar on Twitch. We will be back. Brand new season, brand new stuff. Everything's gonna be brand new. Same old guys, myself, Staggerly Crocker, and the only Game King Clarence. We're coming back this time. 3 guys. We may have a 4th guy. We don't know yet. We're still in the process of that. And yeah, as well as convention-wise, if you guys are in the Baton Rouge area in Louisiana, come holler at me at Anime Fest Saturday November 1st. I'll be meeting Sting along with Scott Steiner, Lex Luger, and Killer Cross along with his
Big
wife,
Bad Booty Daddy.
That's right, the man himself, the man behind the Steiner math, the GOAT himself. He'll
Welcome
be
to
there.
Hook Up. Holla if you hear me. That's the
That's
best
right.
thing Master P has done in a long time because that versus was something else.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. And yes, Jeff, thank you for supporting What a Kayfabe. Again, we've been on a hiatus, but we're coming back next year on the 1st. So we literally starting off the new year right, and it'll be our 4-year anniversary of doing the show. So it's gonna be great, man. I can't wait to do it again. It's good to reconnect with the boys and just us having a good time, So if you guys like Pro Wrestling Podcast, hit us up on What a Kayfabe. And yeah.
Love it.
So,
Awesome.
so for our novices out there, tell everybody, why do you call it World of Kayfabe? What does kayfabe mean?
So kayfabe, if you're a wrestling person, it's basically how can I say this? Actually fake. I don't know if we can use that on here.
Whoa, wait, what?
Whoa!
Whoa.
Get out of here with that crazy talk.
It's predetermined. Yeah, KP. It's predetermined.
Hey, so guess what? You're out of here.
See ya.
No. Hey,
Now-
so one of my favorite things about wrestling is that argument, kind of getting into people. Oh, it's fake. You know what? Shut up. So here's the thing.
I like the memes. I like the memes online or like the videos you'll see. Like, if wrestling is fake, then explain this. And it's like an Elvis impersonator, like power bombing somebody through a flame. Like, it's
like the guy grabs his junk without even touching him.
There's like a Michael Jackson one. There's definitely a Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Is that what that one is?
Anyways, what I learned, I don't remember who this was from, but kind of just basically most of those guys, when they get out in the ring, a lot of that is all on the fly. They practice very little because there's such a demanding schedule, traveling, and they get a little bit of ring time. But if you're not the main event guy or whatever, there's preferences, and a lot of them don't like script it out, if you will, like move by move. So one of the times I was actually talking with a person that was involved with wrestling, and they were like, hey, so like what exactly do they do pre-wise? And they said usually what they know are three things: how long the match should last, who actually is going to be the winner, and how they're going to win. Like, what's the finisher? How's that happening? All the rest is a dance that they do while they're going, for the most part. And I was like, bro, that makes me love the whole choreography script part even more, right? Because a lot of that stuff is just on the fly. Like Robin Williams just kind of ad-libbing his lines, and they're doing that on a nightly basis. It's really awesome, and it's great drama. It's funny, and it's cool to see. For us as kids, Irene, I always saw them as, like, when I was a kid, those are our real life superheroes come to life, right? Nowadays, I look and I love the performers. I love the idea of like the technical wrestlers. I love technical wrestlers. Some of the new moves that I see and in wrestling, I'm like, whoa, that's cool. I've never seen that before. But with that being said, I've been a wrestling fan since I was a little kid. And then I stopped watching, and then Nitro and the Monday Night Wars blew it up for me. And then about shortly after Hurricane Katrina, 2005, 6, 7-ish, 6, 7-ish, 6. Never mind. Yeah.
Don't do that.
About that time, I kind of stopped watching, and so there is a kind of a space in there that there's some really good wrestlers that might come up tonight that I really just didn't watch, and I started watching again probably over the last 4 years, right? And over the last 4 years, me and my son have been watching. So I'm going to be anxious to see some of these lists, and where we go. Tonight's order. Oh, by the way, we got some people talking. Koi Fish in the house. Koi Fish shot you a message, and Koi Fish is going to be joining us hopefully this January, February as well. Isaac's in the house. Koi Fish said something that was kind of funny. I love what he said over here. He said, Gold Dust, Papa Shango, Rikishi, and Boogeyman are the worst for me. I wouldn't consider Rikishi, but maybe. But yeah, those other guys.
Listen, when he comes running at you with that move, and you're
well,
sitting
that
at the
move
that
is scary enough. It's scary enough. Yeah. But Rikishi's still big in the wrestling right now, dude. That whole family is nuts, bro. But I started watching again with my kids. Yeah, me and my son watch pretty much every week. Mick Foley proved that fate can still scare the crap out of you with the Undertaker. Yes, absolutely, Koi Fish. Love the Ultimate Dragon Mask, Nick, Isaac. All right, so shouts out to everybody. So this is the order tonight. Brian, you're first, then Venom, then Andy, then me. So you know how we do it. We shout out what is your kind of like your, so we can have a reference. What's your criteria? and then we go 4 first. So our number 4 is Rosie. So Ohio, you're up first. Okay, you can tell people. Tell us about your wrestling love, your wrestling knowledge. Why would you want to come on the show today? Give us a little criteria, and then we'll jump in.
I mean, same thing as everybody else. I mean, you grew up in the in the late 80s and early 90s. That's what you did. You watched wrestling. Wrestling was the king. And, because we were too young to understand the rules of football and, those kind of things. And it was the biggest entertainment that we had. So ever since I was a kid, I've been in love with wrestling, and, started with Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Hogan and Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior, all those guys. So same thing for pretty much every one of us who's in the, our mid 40s now.
Yeah.
But
I'm pushing almost 50 now, bro.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, getting pushing 50, and I mean, some of us get the gray going in the beard, but I mean, we're all.
Radius, thanks for jumping on over on the Twitch side. We hardly ever have people on the purple side. Share that thing around. We love having people on the purple side.
Purple is a good color
for
a specific wrestler.
For a specific wrestler
that will.
So like me with criteria, the only thing I was thinking of is like when I was a kid, when you're watching this, it's like what people scared you. What are people scared of? Spiders and the dark and, whatever else it might be. So for my Rosie, what's probably the biggest thing that scares people? Clowns.
No way. No way.
And my cousin, when I was growing up, big, 6'3", 265-pound dude is the biggest sissy when it comes to clowns. So for me, my Rosie, for no other reason than that, is Doink the Clown.
I love
Doinker!
I love this pick.
Dude, I can't love this pick more. He is on my honorable mentions. I cannot love this anymore.
It's just so funny when you think about the number of people who are actually afraid of clowns. Like, clowns never bothered me. Yeah. But when you have really good friends that are completely scared of clowns, and you think about it, like we grew up watching Bozo the Clown, the game show, like, so throwing the ball in the bucket and all of that. So it's like, how are you afraid of clowns? We had a clown, Ronald McDonald. People were afraid of clowns. So Doink instantly came to mind as somebody. I didn't know what order I was going to put these guys in, but Doink was definitely
Doink is a great pick. He's on my honorable mentions.
Got to go on the list.
But what I would shout out is, and the other guys might be able to add to this as well, but Doink's documentary about Matt Bourne and the dark side of wrestling and all that is one of the biggest eye openers of
great episode
of wrestling you'll ever watch. Like, dude, that dude was a very scattered, just hurting person, drugs, like the whole 9 yards. He was just crazy. That Matt Bourne was nuts. And that made his character even more crazy. And then, other people start to wear it, like Axe from Demolition. That guy wore it. And then a couple of, there's been so many. But Matt Bourne, he was nuts, dude. And just how this all birthed. And then you had Dink the Clown, that
was the other thing. I was trying to decide, do I want Doink and Dink, or if I'm just going to go with Doink, like, could they be a combo? But yeah, you had Dink in there too. And
bro, I accept.
That's a good pick. I'm interested.
I think it's a package deal.
It's a package deal. All right. Well, then I'll use Doink
package
and
deal.
Dink.
I'm interested to see what Venom thinks about this pick.
So, my pick.
Wait, no. What do you think about Doink?
Oh, I'm sorry. My whole string got messed up because of my dog. My dog is trying to mess with me.
He got attacked by his dog. Oh, Dylan is in the house. Dink scared me so much.
Yeah. So my age is about to show with this one. I didn't get into wrestling until the mid 90s. So like WCW was just when Nitro was about ready to launch and everything else. Doink the Clown. I mean, I was only like 2, 3. So like Doink didn't really scare me per se, but like later on, like you mentioned the Dark Side of the Ring episode, like this dude was absolutely bonkers. And you realize it's a real eye opener with everything that happened with Matt Bourne and all that stuff. So yeah, not
Koi
really.
Fish. Thank
Great.
you. Look at that.
Great pick. He's definitely also in my honorable mention as well. When you think of scary wrestlers, you can't think any better than Doink.
Koi
you know what I mean?
Fish. Thank you. And Andy, Koi Fish is the next video we have to do. We got to knock that video out.
Yep. Well, send me the script and I got you.
I'll shoot you the script tonight.
Perfect.
Tonight.
Let me say this about Doink real quick. Nothing about Doink ever scared me. I understand that clowns like this fully is legit for this list, but I was surprised when I went to Google and I just, because I tried to type in, hey, am I missing something? Something just whatever, like blind spotting. The amount of lists that Doink the Clown was ranked as one of the scariest wrestlers is wild to me.
Yeah.
And I just don't connect because I've never had to fear clowns.
And you wouldn't think that.
You wouldn't think that he's, you think he's like the picture of gimmick, like what WWF was doing, like, and kind of what they tried to get away from with the Attitude Era and everything, like that whole gimmick. But the one core memory that always is in my head of Doink the Clown is the WrestleMania arcade game. And that's just all I think of.
I just saw it.
That was playing behind you? Yeah. That is all I think of. I mean, that was a very cartoony game anyway.
Right.
But then you had Doink in there as a character, and yeah, of course, it's. I never played as Doink. There was literally one.
He has like that big punch. Yeah, and his hands come out.
Think about.
Didn't he get didn't he have like a hammer that comes out
at the beginning, and then he turned evil at some point
Yeah.
in time, and
He sure did.
And it's just like I agree with you, Andy. He didn't scare me personally because I've not ever been afraid of clowns, but it was just like so many people are. Yeah. And it's like, well, yeah. And then, like you said, every single list that you went to,
everything has Doink.
Every one of it had Doink on every single list. I'm like, he's got to be in the top 4.
So Darth Gladius, I'll help you out. I just pulled him up, so I'll show you to him. I'll show you what Doink is. But
how long was his career? I mean, I don't feel like it was that long, but maybe I'm
still. I think
like
3.
He lasted that long?
I think so.
Well, Matt Bourne.
He was 1993 to 2013 was
wow.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Matt Bourne was around forever, and
was the Matt Bourne
in and out for different things. I know they had that
that
Hall of Fame where they bring the people back, and somebody else came back and played him. And Matt Bourne got mad about it. Like it's just one of those things. Hello,
I'm gonna have to watch that Dark Side of the Ring.
Patrick, we are going to pray for you tonight, buddy. Patrick was the one that was supposed to be on the show. There he is. So, Patrick, if you're out there, you could drop your picks, and we'll be right in step, lock and step. So
it's
he
funny
popped up a lot in the 2010s. He was the video game as well. Yeah. So
one of the things I just started looking at is Chris Jericho actually dressed up as Doink one time.
I thought he did. I thought I remember that.
And then, I mean, there's some other guys that were the 4 Doinks that they had, and I mean, there just have been a bunch of people, being Doink the Clown.
That's so silly. Yeah.
It's like this is Matt Bourne. Like, he's nuts. Well, hold on.
That's Eugene.
That's Eugene.
Wait. Oh shoot! I hit the wrong guy.
I was about to say, wait, my whole
that's more like it. That's more like it.
I hit the wrong one. Yeah,
that's funny.
Look, this is how he played him when he left.
You have one job.
Yeah,
there he is.
Yeah,
when he left, this is him. Like, he just looks drunk. Like
they need like the half face paint.
Jeff Jarrett played Doink the Clown, dressed up like Doink the Clown.
Oh God! See, I didn't know that. That's a deep cut.
1994.
Yeah, they all float down here. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right.
Doink is my
Venom.
Yep.
Venom, you're up. Tell us your criteria, kind of what you were thinking when you curated your list, and then give us your number 4.
My number 4. Well, this one is a no-brainer for me because I have been obviously a fan of wrestling since the mid 90s, and it wasn't until 2014 when I started watching Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground, for those of you who don't know, was a short-lived wrestling promotion that lasted from 2014 all the way to 2022-ish, 23-ish, whatever. And And this person in particular held that company down. And when he first started, it was kind of like, okay, he's a new guy. He's this, that, and the third. But even though he signed to WWE, my number 4, without a doubt, Pentagon Jr., or a.k.a. Penta, or a.k.a. Penta El Zero Miedo. And the reason why I picked Pentagon Jr. because the aura he had, even though it was scary, even though he had this dark, brooding kind of gimmick, if you will, but man, his moveset was just on par. And it was the brutality that he did was pretty crazy. And also, I mean, with Vampiro, you can't go wrong with that match, with the Zero Miedo match. It was absolutely a brutal match, to say the least. Definitely in my Mount Rushmore when it comes to dark and scary people, if you will. I wouldn't necessarily put him as scary. He's more dark. And then he eventually became Penta Dark, or Pentagon Dark. So easily my number 4. So yeah.
So we were talking off camera.
Yeah.
I didn't have as much.
Absolutely managed. Yes.
I didn't have as much knowledge with Penta until the last 2 years, year and a half, whatever it's been, year-ish. But he's now wrestling on WWE, and he is a fan favorite in this house. So every time he shows up, my son just loves him. We're expecting him to be wearing a title soon. But he's awesome, and just some of the move sets that he does. When I was talking to you earlier, like some of the new stuff, some of the stuff he does, I'm like, dang. And what's funny is now everybody's starting to do those moves. Like they're like learning from him. But just a great, I see that Votary 7-3. I'm saying it. It's right here. Anyways, I like this pick, and I did not have him on my Rushmore, mainly because of the amount of time. Right? I love his character. I love who he is.
Yeah.
I have invested some time with my top 4, so he is on my honorable mention, and I appreciate him, and I love this pick. I love this.
I will
and
say go check out that match with Vampiro. Check that match out.
Yeah.
At least that whole story with the whole. So he was on a losing streak at first, right? And then he came back and he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna start sacrificing for my master, and it led to him against Vampiro at the, I guess you could call the season finale of the show, which is like their WrestleMania. And they had an outstanding match. And like what Dylan said, the man is absolutely a menace. He was doing outlandish stuff, but it put him on the map. Vampiro basically put him on the map. So yeah, I highly recommend for those of you who are not familiar with Penta, go check out that match. It's on YouTube, as a matter of fact. I
haven't watched Penta, but I'm interested to do it because I do, when I look it up, very dark, menacing looking. But the one post that I scrolled across, it's just funny that it says it. And again, I take this with, I don't even know anything about Penta, but the tagline is just funny. It says, Penta is the Temu version of La Parka. I
love this. Look at this. Dylan says, I Penta walk around the house all day long. My wife hates it.
I do it at work. I do it at work all the time.
Him and Vampiro had a sick match, said Patrick. The Giant with the Dungeon of Doom says Votary. And Dylan, his matches against Ray and Chelsea Green are dope too.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey,
I like the mask.
Do you know Penta?
A little bit, just from the newer stuff right now in WWE. You know, I mean, a little bit from AEW, but no, not too much. I mean, luchadors for me, it's Ray. Like that's the guy. That's always going to be the guy. And
booyaka.
Yeah, like you said, your top 4, you have invested time. So
honestly,
I saw pictures
had
of him.
A few dark masks.
He has, and I was actually considering that as kind of like
that Joker mask was pretty dope.
Yes.
Yeah, could you get him in? But yeah, the Penta thing is, he wasn't on my list just because there's no time.
I just don't have enough time vested in him. Andy, obviously, you don't either. But this is a great pick. I'm glad you picked it. My son would be cheering right now if he was in the room.
You have Kane's vote already.
Penta. I know next time we go, I'm gonna be probably buying merch for Penta there for sure. So
Looking for that Penta figure too, because I mean, I got this one right here, as you can see. I got the rare Pentagon Junior print of the AEW, his very first figure.
Yeah.
It's right here. That statue's right there. So
the one thing I do like about him is that he paints his
Yes.
face that's outside of the mask.
So
where
he
all the
paints-
other
he paints this and he
Yep.
paints this only.
Yep.
And it's pretty cool.
that is a pretty cool part of it.
And then he
yeah.
wears like red contacts, so he looks
white or
weird.
red, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've only seen him in the white. I haven't seen him in the red.
So
or white. Yeah, he wears the white ones too. Yep.
his recent gear, he did like a white and gold, and it looks so cool. Like he looked like a Power Ranger. Like he looked like the white Power Ranger.
Yeah, he
I'm like,
looked
dude,
the
that's so
white
cool.
Ranger.
Like his his aura is just on par. Like I've been a Penta fan since the Lucha Underground days, and now that he's in WWE, like I wish nothing but good for this man, bro. He well deserves the IC title. Hell yeah, he deserves all the titles. You know what I mean? But anyway, I digress. We got a show to do. I don't want to hold up.
All right, Andy, you're up, man.
Yeah, so I'm not. I mean, I'm willing to bet Kurt he's going to nail all four of mine. Like, I'm not shocking anyone. Like this is the least amount of work and prep I've ever had to put into a show, and we're in year 4. I had no thought in this because it was already
Hey,
set.
speaking of that, scroll back out a second. Do you know we are 4 shows away from episode 200?
Yeah.
This is episode 196.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Well, there you go.
So-
Yeah, we're close to that. But yeah, so this is the least amount of thought I've had to put into anything. This is the most. If you know me, duh. I'm just going to go through mine quick because it really does not shock anyone, kind of thing. But one thing I did try to think about
Hey, Kenneth.
was not
What's the
necessarily.
frequency?
What's that?
Kenneth is here. I said, what's the frequency?
What's up, Kenneth? The one thing is, I also tried to think about like wrestlers who were just scary in the sense of like crazy intimidation. Not necessarily they may just be bald and wearing underwear. You know what I mean? Like it's not really. There's nothing like horror about
Like
them.
Snitsky?
You know what I mean? Like, but some of those guys,
Hey, this
Valvy.
I
was
would say, might be the scariest wrestlers out there. Like, I don't want to face that guy, right? So I thought about that. That's probably going to be more in my Benjamins. All 4 of my picks, again, like I said, are not going to shock anyone. I just kept it scary. So we're going to get it started with. Also, I had to like enjoy this wrestler and like again, like you say, have time invested in this. Like this has to be one that I didn't just Google and was like, because there's some that I Googled that I'm going to put in my Benjamins potentially that are the most terrifying looking ones, right? Like, but I've never watched.
I had a feeling you were going to do something silly today.
They're just terrifying looking. And my first pick is going to be, my Rosie is the Gobbledygooker. No, I'm just kidding. It's not the Gobbledygooker. My first pick, you can cut the lights off. You can get the bloodbath ready.
Nice.
Gangrel.
Nice.
Give me Gangrel, the Brood. I don't think he was used very well. Like, it was kind of short-lived. There was that Attitude Era, right? Like, a lot of those guys in the Attitude Era, maybe the guys who were pre-Attitude Era who kind of lasted through had these long careers, but some of these guys that you really just kind of blew up during that time kind of fizzled out with it. And again, not for everyone. And Gangrel, to me, at least from my knowledge, was along those lines. But it was fun to watch, man. Like, it was terrifying when the lights would cut off and then lights would come back on and you're drenched in blood. And like, you just didn't know what would happen. Like his walk, it was like kind of this whole like vampire, but not like Dracula vampire. Like this was like just what you would think in some of these movies and stuff. But I loved it. I love the goblet. I love the goblet that he would walk down with. The fact that he's also in the Brood. You have Edge and Christian in that too. That was a cool little stable for a little while there. And then obviously, Edge kind of blew up after that. Even Christian, they kind of lasted, I feel like, had a more successful career than Gangrel did. But he was the guy. He was that main figure in that. So I'm going to go Gangrel off the bat. Again, if I'm picturing myself in the ring facing this one, I don't want to go against the Brood. I don't want the lights to cut off. Like, to kind of to your point, Ohio, what are things people are afraid of?
Yeah.
The dark,
The
right?
dark.
And blood.
Yep.
And what is Gangrel? The dark and blood. I mean, so like it kind of fits into that criteria too. So I'm going Gangrel. Also, bonus points for just a fantastic entrance. I love his entrance coming out of the ground. The song, the just like just fun stuff. Yeah. It's a great song.
Okay, so a couple things. Over the course of 196, over the course
There's the stats. Waiting for the stats.
96 episodes. We have talked about wrestling probably about 15 times, right? And we've done stables. The Brood was there.
Yep.
We've done entrance music. I'm pretty sure they were there.
Oh, wish you would have done that.
And if you talk about most like just electrifying superstars, right? Edge has to be a pick.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he came back for WrestleMania, just the pop.
Oh, that
and where he really got his biggest start to me was sitting next to being like a kind of a like a I don't know, kind of like an acolyte for him, right? And Gangrel wasn't nothing special. He didn't have any crazy moves. He was just a vampire in a white suit or white shirt, like Interview with the Vampire, and the whole goblet blowing. That just tipped his gimmick over. But coming out of the Circle of Fire with those other two guys and what Edge and Christian did as a tag team while they were doing that with the Hardys and with the Dudleys and all that stuff, and then they branched off after Gangrel left. Gangrel left a bigger stamp. Now, Gangrel's still, out of all the guys we're going to talk about tonight, Gangrel's probably got the longest ongoing career. That dude's still wrestling.
Still wrestling.
Like I was looking at it today, and obviously he's not in the big promotions, but he's still going at it, bro. I tagged him in our Instagram, and for this, he is on my honorable mentions. I wrote Brood. I didn't know where I was going to go with it, but I definitely knew I was gonna talk about him tonight. Gangrel's a great pick.
Hey,
one of the things I noticed is that
his
fangs are actually real, and it cost him just over $10,000 to have those done.
Oh,
when I was looking at the Brood and just checking that out, I was like, oh, let me click on this, and it's like, are his fangs real? It's like, they are.
I had the Brood in my top like 15. I didn't know if I was going to use them, but they're definitely not on my Rushmore. But
they're still in shape too. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, surprisingly
still jacked.
Yeah, he is still. I was looking at it today. I was like, my goodness.
Yeah, Brood's in my honorable mention, especially in the top 10 for sure.
Yeah. Hey, real quick shout out, because this will be done by the time we get to commercials, but I'm enjoying a nice hot cup of Village coffee right now, Kirk.
That is awesome.
Gotta throw that out there. A little Mexico. But anyway.
A little Mexico. Well, a little luchador.
He's talking about Pinta. It kind of got me in the mood for Mexican blend coffee. I don't even know if
he's going from mask to mask over there. I don't know if you're paying attention. So
it's
what are you talking about?
Now he's rocking some pen. He was Ultimo Dragon, and then he was So all right, Andy, you're up.
No. I just said Gangrel.
Oh, you did. You did.
Is that forgettable?
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
In my mind, Nick said it. All right, my turn. Hey, so just gonna piggyback. I guess I hate saying that. I hate when people say that. Piggyback. I'm gonna say some similar things. Did I like them? Do I still like them? Do I feel that they put an impact on wrestling at all? Was their gimmick, even though these dark kind of gimmicks are just kind of campy usually, did we buy into it? Did we was it a thing? Oh bro, I cannot the Gangrel thing. We all know vampires and that whole thing, but he sold it. We're like, oh, he's drenched in blood. Those kind of things were what made wrestling so impactful. And my top 4 is if I'm being honest, my top 4 to me could possibly make a top 4 all time. If I'm being honest, all 4 of these guys can make a top 4 all time. Now, 1 or 2 probably would still stay, and 1 or 2 might come off, but I don't know. It's pretty close. If we ever do top 4 wrestlers all time, I would have hard chance taking these guys off. Number 4, my Rosie. Love this guy. One reason I love this guy is I relate to him quite a bit, right? And out of all these guys, he's the only guy that I've met in person, which I've met a bunch of wrestlers in person, but out of these 4, he's the only one I've met in person. And I actually met him in our hometown, Slidell, Louisiana, at the opening for Lowe's, which is crazy. But here's the picture of it right there.
Yep.
I'm going with none other than Mankind or Mick Foley. And I got him. The reason that he was there, I'm sorry, not Lowe's, it's Sam's right next to Lowe's. He was selling this book, like and promoting this book, and and I had to get the old auto right there on it from when he was there. But also Ohio, I have talked about the Buffalo Wild Wings Monday night thing we used to do all the time, where you're doing like bingo and you were trying to like boom, and you were trying to guess how fast John Madden was going to write on the wall, and you'd win all these crazy prizes. I actually won a bunch of things. I won this book at that thing. I won a Ric Flair autographed book there. I won one of my Madden games, the Ray Lewis one there. I won so much stuff there, but I also got this book of Mankind there. This one's not signed, but let's talk about him, right? Dude, multi-time champion. And the thing is, he's a backyard wrestler, man. He is a guy that we all like, man, if he can do it, we can do it. But he is a consummate professional. He's loved in the locker room by everybody. He is one of the hardest workers. Talk about gimmicks. He sells in. Now, here's the thing. I'm talking about Mankind specifically. When Mankind first came out, it was a whole thing against Undertaker, right? It was the kind of anti-thing. We're going to go try to find somebody that's going to fight Undertaker. And he sold it. I mean, he was so crazy. He was ripping his hair out. There was times where, like, you'd see in the mask that he's just missing all of this hair. And he was just trying to act crazy, barely talked. And then obviously Taker's manager, Paul Bearer, switches the thing, takes the urn, does the whole thing, and makes it a big deal. And then later, Mankind turns into what everybody loved, Rock and Sock Connection, the Socko side of things. And he went from being like really dark and demented and just out of his mind to becoming more of like kind of an insane asylum type goofy weird guy. And he sold them both. And to me, when you get to dark characters, you think of Hell in the Cell, getting tossed off that. The fact that he's bit through his lip. He's gotten so many broken bones, it's ridiculous. He's held almost every title, I think, in the WWE. He was pretty much the founder of the hardcore division, right? Like, and he still writes and talks, and every time there's a show on TV, he's there to get interviewed. And if you look at the guy, you'd be like, bro, he's a wrestler? Are you kidding me? And that's what makes me love him so much. And he's just a great dude, man. I'm going with Mick Foley, but more specifically, Mankind.
I love this pick. I just watched a biography of him, and like you said, just anytime that he's telling his story or someone's telling his story, he's one of the coolest stories of all time in wrestling. If you don't like Mick Foley, there's something wrong. I mean, he doesn't have to be your favorite wrestler, but if you don't just like him and respect him, then there's something wrong, right? Probably the most respected guy out there. But one of my favorite things about him, and I forget which Royal Rumble it was, but he entered the Royal Rumble 3 times.
98.
It was a 98. As all 3.
98.
He's Mankind. He's Cactus Jack.
Cactus
and
Jack.
Was it 4? Did he come out as Mick also? But yeah. And Dude
Dude Love.
Yeah. So, which, and again, I didn't know as much about him before, but I didn't realize that Dude Love was a character that he made up like in his backyard.
I don't know who this girl dad guy is, but little does he know, Dean Malenko actually was a dark character for a little bit. Just let you know.
Yeah, well, if he makes the 4, I mean, that's the problem.
98.
He could be a consideration, but to grace the stage of the Rushmore is saying a lot.
So the reason that he said that, Venom, was Dean Malenko is probably my favorite wrestler of all time.
Every time we talk about wrestling, Dean Malenko is the Patrick Mahomes for him.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love Dean Malenko, dude. And,
I have a Dean Malenko autograph in the house.
I do too, but it's on
Dean Malenko's action figure looks like generic wrestling man that you would get at like Dollar General. It's just It's just super wrestler figure. That's him. There's nothing.
You get the 2 guys that are like this.
Yeah, he's just
no flips, no gimmicks.
Square haircut. Like, what is?
They snap apart. They like halfway their bodies like come apart. Anyways, so that's my first guy on the mountain. What do you guys down below? Now, Brian, I'm sure me and you have seen Mick in action.
We have.
I know you like him. What do you guys think about Mankind?
100% got to be on the list. I mean, that's I was teetering on putting him in the top 4 and where it is, but yeah, that when he was Mankind, he was scary. Come out with the half Silence of the Lambs mask and the
of this book, which is about midway through his career. It says all the broken bones and stuff.
Oh yeah,
2/3 his ear ripped off, 8 concussions, nose broke twice, broken jaw, dislocated shoulder, 54 stitches, fractured left shoulder, broken thumb, 5 broken ribs, bruised kidney, broken toe, 325 stitches, torn meniscus, torn abdominal, broken right wrist, bone chips in the elbow, 2 herniated discs, 2nd-degree burns on his arms and shoulders, separated right shoulder, broken cheekbone, 4 front teeth knocked out. Oh, yeah.
And by the way, got thrown through the top of the cage down to the ring. Like, come on.
Died.
I'm not a medical professional, but 325 stitches. Did he get like his leg amputated and stitched back on? That feels like that's an entire limb. I may not know, but 300.
No, KP, he definitely got to be on the list. That he just freaking scary. Like,
yeah.
100%.
All right, round 2. Round 2 fight. So Ohio, you're back up. This is TJ Jazzy Jeff. Number 3 on the mountain. Who you got?
My number 3 on the mountain comes from 1991 again in a match against Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh yeah.
When old Jake the Snake made that snake bite Macho.
So you're going Jake
the Snake. Yeah, everybody's scared of snakes
DDT,
at some point in time.
Baby. DDT.
But I mean, when you're 11 years old and you see a snake bite a wrestler that you loved, and you get freaked out by it. So
the best part about that story is Macho was scared to death of snakes.
To death.
You can see it. You can see it. I watched it again today, and it's like this is legit. Everything.
He was definitely afraid.
Like.
Jake's gone through that whole DDP thing, gotten sober, super cool to see that story. Also there's a couple different documentaries on Jake. There's the one of like him basically losing everything. And then there's the new one of the recovery. They're both awesome. When Jake talks about this, he says, yeah, we had this match and, I had to bring Damien in. And I think he also, when he had the Cobra, he fought Macho too. So he had the Python and he had the Cobra. Anyways, he says, hey, look, we're gonna have him bite you. And Mach's like, hell no, we're not. And he says, if you want that snake to bite me, he's gonna have to bite you first.
That's it. Yeah.
And in the back, before they went out, he let Damian bite him. But then Jake comes out and goes, little does he know, I was scared of snakes the whole damn time. He's like, Vince made me have this damn snake, and I was scared to death of snakes. And,
yeah, I mean, it was bad enough when he would pull Damian out of the bag and just let him climb all over you in the middle of the ring when you're just when you're laying there half dead, whatever. But when he made that snake bite Macho Man, and like when you're 11, wrestling is the realest thing on the planet.
Moment. I love this pick. DDT, one of the greatest guys. I always thought my brother-in-law looked like him a little bit. Kirsty's dad. Flash.
Flash Gordon.
When he had long hair, I always thought he kind of looked like Jake. Anyways, Jake was awesome. Loved his character. Wish he would have got more recognition.
Yeah.
He if I remember correctly, he only got the IC title or the US title.
No, it was the IC title.
Yeah, was it the IC title? He only got the IC title
in WWE.
And he was, he was one of those guys that usually you get the IC, that means you're about to get the world or at least a shot. And then he kind of fell off. And then watching some of his dark matches at smaller places is sad, man. He was
the Heroes
really
of Wrestling stunt that he did.
Yeah. So, anyways, I love this pick, man, tough. And I have him on my mountain of honorable mentions. He was in my top 10 or so, mainly because of that whole story, his whole thing, man. I just love just seeing all that. What were you gonna say, Benham?
Yeah. So I actually met Jake the Snake a few years ago, and I mean, man, I would definitely say Jake the Snake's one of the most underrated wrestlers, because when you think of like that time, Hogan, Warrior, Honky Tonk Man, so on and so forth, Jake the Snake is kind of brushed a little bit. And Dylan had mentioned the Dark Side of the Ring episode with Jake the Snake is absolutely insane. He was actually supposed to get a title shot. He was supposed to become WWF champion against Warrior, but Warrior's like, no, we're not doing that. That's not gonna work for me. So yeah, Jake the Snake's absolutely well deserved to be on any list when it comes to that.
Also, real quick,
best one of the best promos ever.
Yeah.
Austin 316 came from him.
Hats off.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. Hats off to the name Jake, because I mean, just a heck of a ride they've had, man. You get Jake the Snake, and then you get Jake from State Farm. I mean, what have you done to deserve? Like,
exactly.
Like the closest one is Aaron. If you're
Jake the Snake plumber,
that's about all.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
What a name to have. But no, this is a good pick. Jake the Snake.
Great pick. All
right, man. Good pick. I love this. I actually thought that this might be a dark horse to hold in the bag because he's not super dark and scary. The snake was. And
was that holding in a bag a intended pun?
Yeah, intended pun there.
Yeah, well, no, you're supposed to say no pun intended.
Yeah, but I mean, like you had to know this was coming off the board as soon as I gave you my criteria. What scares people?
I'm starting to think like, what are the fears? Like, so, like, what's the public speaking wrestler? That's where I'm thinking.
The public speaking wrestler.
Yeah. The Rock.
He's afraid of
Jericho.
Afraid of commitment. Who's the commitment wrestler?
Wait, I know who
Val
this
Venus?
George is going to be. Right to censor.
The Good Father.
Yeah, as the Godfather, a.k.a. Papa Shango. We're going to go right to censor. That's going to be your George. Anyways, Venom, you're up, man.
So we're going back to, I would say 98 to 2000. This wrestler was actually in Mexico. He was discovered. I actually watched his documentary today. He was actually supposed to go to a gymnasium, but he ended up going to, at the time, I think CML, and then it become AAA. My number 3, this one was tough because I had a lot of good ones. Jake the Snake was going to be on that list, but he ended up in my honorable mention. But my number 3 is none other than Ian Ian Hawkinson. I can't say his name, aka Vampiro.
Nice.
Easily when it comes to scary wrestlers. Again, another, I don't want to call him luchador, but another great gimmick, especially in WCW, his feud with Sting and the infamous Human Torch match where he lit Sting on fire or whatever. And he would pour blood on Sting. The bloodbath would come out during the New Blood era. That was cool, man. Like during that time, I was 6. It scared the crap out of me. Like seeing Vampiro come out with like the corpse paint and all that stuff. It was pretty cool. And then he would go on to do like Wrestling Society X or TNA or whatever. And, you know, he was also in Lucha Underground. So another Lucha Underground alumni, if you will. So yeah, Vampiro, definitely in my number 3. He's definitely in my Mount Rushmore. You can't go wrong with that, man.
I love this pick. He always reminded me of like the Misfits or
Yes.
a little
Yes,
bit
he
of
was
like
with
a
the
little bit
Misfits.
of maybe Mudvayne.
Insane Clown Posse.
So
Insane-
him
I
and
think
ICP and the Misfits had a little thing during WCW.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was kind of a run. But yeah, good pick, man. I love this pick.
It's a deep one, I'll tell you that.
I love this pick tremendously. It's
He also had a good little feud for a minute with the Demon.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
gonna hold off on that one. 'cause
I was
know
going to
for
say it.
sure-
I was waiting for somebody else to say it.
Hey,
Well,
I thought you were gonna hold off on that because I know for sure that was on your honorable mentions.
well, I just had to mention it because Vampiro got brought up.
Okay.
That's
knew
not
for
an
sure.
official mention though. So
Hey, yeah. So Kiss Demon, Torborg.
yeah,
Yeah, Dale Torborg.
what a
He was
horrible
also
pick.
the MVP
Yeah.
before the MVP, by the way.
He was a race car guy.
Yeah, he played baseball. He played baseball. He was a
Yeah.
baseball player.
Yeah.
All right, so this is awesome. I love this pick more than you know. Yeah. Did anybody else want to talk on him?
He was an honorable mention for me, so that did
Yeah,
come off my
honorable
list.
mention.
Vampiro was great. I love the Attitude Era, but prior to like really getting into that, like I was really into WCW.
Yeah.
Right? During that Monday Night Wars kind of deal and everything, and like they were just honestly they had a better product for quite some time
At the time, yeah.
And then that Attitude Era kind of ushers in, and it's like, man, I'm a teenager. I kind of like this a lot better. So, but Vampiro was great. Vampiro was definitely great. I didn't think that he, again, I wouldn't consider him one of those upper echelon guys in the company, which is unfortunate because he was really good. He wasn't the Hogan. He wasn't the Nash, the guy that WCW is pushing and everything. So he kind of, you're relegated to, you get what you get right at that point. But I thought he was a really good wrestler that probably deserved more than
Absolutely,
what he had.
yeah.
So, little known fact, he was Canadian, and
Yep.
his real love was hockey,
Yep.
and
Yep.
that's kind of how he learned how to fight.
Yep.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, he's also adopted. Like he's a foster type kid, and so he had like a rough growing up. And cool pick.
Yeah, he
All
also
right,
has a
Andy.
documentary. By the way, I hate to interrupt.
His documentary is.
He does have a
top.
documentary. It's really good. Top notch. I think it's called Nail in the Coffin. I think that's the name of it. If you have a chance to check it out, chat, please check it out. It's really good. Top
Okay.
notch.
It talks a lot about how when he ran the underground promotion, like he was he was like the Cody Rhodes of AEW of some of that big promotion down in Mexico. Yeah. What was it? Let's see. It was. Let's see if no, I can't remember. But anyways, all right, Andy, you're up.
Yeah. So for my next pick, again, I said it. I don't think this is surprising anyone today. In fact, it's a Crushmore, but where am I going? I have probably the coolest action figure of this one, right? It's totally different from any other action figure that I have in my collection. You ready to see it?
Let's see it.
I'm going Mankind. Of course I am. Mandible Claw, Taco.
So then that's the big question.
Mankind is again everything you said, Kirk. The early Mankind character really playing up that like tormented, demented just guy that's all that kind of stuff. That's fantastic. I think it fit him well because he's just crazy. And then what you see it kind of evolve into. But I mean, no one wrestled harder than him for everything you mentioned before. Hell in a Cell, but not even just the Hell in a Cell. I mean, there's so many matches that he's done that are just insane. All the backstage stuff. Again, the him and Undertaker deal was awesome. You know, and I didn't realize this. I watched the documentary. I guess I never really put it together. He retired at like 35, and I was like, he looked 50. You know, because he like you said, Kirk, he kind of gave hope to everyone. Like, okay, cool. He looks like a bus driver. Like, we can do this. You know what I mean? Like but Mankind, when it comes,
it
to
was
Spear,
one of the things that really irritated. Like I said, that he didn't really have many enemies, right? The one thing that I've ever heard anybody talk bad about him was that his wrestling gear was sweatpants.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's like a lot of people are like, man, wrestling tights or whatever are expensive and you have to get them pre-made and you have to do whatever. And if you rip them, you got to spend extra money. He's like, whenever he ripped them, he'd just go up to Walmart on the way to the next
go to Kmart and get the new brown pair. Yeah. Yeah. And that's kind of the aura of the side of him. But it's interesting. I watched the documentary about him. And that's the kind of person Mick is, right? Like he was totally awkward, just kind of never really fit into it. Didn't necessarily come from a wrestling pedigree or whatever, but just kind of like fell into that as like, this was a love of his he discovered. And it was what connected him and his dad, which is a kind of a cool story. They didn't really have a great, super close relationship, but wrestling kind of brought them together. So yeah, there's so many cool things. And then the other thing about Mankind, and I know we're talking scary gimmicks. We talk about all the scary gimmicks when it comes to Mankind, so I get that. The other thing that's really interesting about him in that documentary, like he got married early. He was not the guy who was going out and partying with all the other guys after he was like, all right, I'm gonna go tuck my kids in. Like everything from the beginning was like, he had the plan. I'm going to retire at 35. So my kids will be taken care of. My family will be taken care of. That's what it is. He seems like the absolute most genuine guy that I've ever heard of in wrestling industry. And I just love that. And it's crazy for a wrestler that is probably more known for being defeated than winning things, how popular and how long of, how good of a career that he had. But it's the way that he lost things. It's the amount of fight that he put into it. It's the storytelling. It's the everything about that is just awesome. So Mankind.
You notice that sock was never white, like they brought it out of the pack, like it was like it had been worn for a month,
like musty and all that.
So I didn't realize the sock originated in the Vince McMahon in the hospital.
I was about to say the whole Vince McMahon.
That was a debut.
I have a gift for you.
Courageous over on the Twitch side. Hey, let me welcome in DJ Courageous. DJ Courageous, welcome on over on the Twitch side. Another person on the purple side. DJ Courageous is an actual DJ. He is a Christian. He is going to be, he's not only in our directory, but he's going to be on the show come music in March or April. So I can't wait to have DJ Courageous on the show. Destination Switch. Jake the Snake was kind of scary. Yep. Oh, Destination, you must be behind a little bit, but you'll catch up here soon. So, man, I love this pick. Obviously, I have him crushed. So, you guys want to add anything for this second round?
So I met Mick Foley back in 2023. Again, very nice, very genuine dude. He actually signed one of my belts as well as the autograph. Again, very nice dude. One of the most hardworking people in the wrestling industry. Pretty much one of the pioneers of the deathmatch scene or the hardcore scene. Absolutely an amazing talent. And yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Yeah, I love that.
Yes, I'm changing masks, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so Yeah, his what I will just share this before I jump into mine. Talking about documentaries and shows. Have y'all guys watched the show where they're like trying to find old artifacts? on Netflix?
Yes. Yes.
They tried finding his original shirt, right? And that was kind of, I think, the opening episode of that match. And watching him kind of talk about the history about those things was really cool. And all the sockos, and which he explained how some sockos they all had a different like face and like which ones were which, and he could figure out certain ones. It was kind of a cool little deal. Little Timmy, what is this? Little Timmy's in the house. Little Timmy is one of my old students, and oh, that might be that one guy who I hacked favorite streamer. No. So, Little Timmy, we have on we're talking wrestling tonight. So we have a wrestling podcaster and a couple of guys. So welcome on. So let me jump in. So I'll finish the first half of the mountain and then we'll do some commercials. So first half of the mountain, this is probably going to be shocking because I think he's a second half of the mountain type of guy. And there's only a few types of categories that I would put him down a couple more notches just because of what I feel is coming up in 1 and 2. But I alluded to this in the opening with Showtime, right? And I am definitely going with Steve Borden. I'm going with Sting.
Wow.
And
Nice.
and listen, Sting, this is one of, I've actually purchased this way back in like, I don't know, 2099, whenever. It's been hanging around. I went downstairs and got it for just this. But this is when he was the Red Sting. And this was like right after he turned red in Wolfpack because, you know, the whole NWO was a big deal. And I was like, oh, that's going to be cool. I want that one. So I went and got this one. But I'm going to talk about Sting just a little bit. Sting is, gosh, he was literally one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I mean, like, and I think Venom's going to talk about it here in a second. I haven't got a chance to meet him yet. He was in Biloxi when I was in town for, I think, Thanksgiving last year, and I was going to try and make my way over there, and I couldn't. And he's coming in the Baton Rouge area this year in a couple weeks, and I'm not going to be able to make that one either. I don't think it's right around the same time as the other one. I just don't know that I can get it back and forth. But he had his big retirement match a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago, and just saw him on AEW for one more time, kind of helping out his buddy, right? And just really cool character. Started out as the Surfer, and one of my favorite movies of all time was always The Crow. And seeing him in the rafters and the whole NWO stuff, right? And then the feuds with, you know, Hogan and Nash and Hall and Giant, and you mentioned it, Vampiro and Goldberg, and you name it, all the big guys in WCW. This was the guy. Was he always the champ? No, but he was always the guy, right? He showed up. He got the pop. Everybody was hoping he would show up in the rafters. He's going to be here tonight. And when the show moved over to WWE, he lived out his contract. He was like, man, I don't want to sell my self to WWE because they're going to just ruin us. He knew what was going to happen. A lot of the other guys got screwed. And then eventually he did make that jump. And just like everybody expected, everybody wanted the Sting Taker match. Everybody wanted that match. It didn't happen. They ruined the opportunity of all the things they could have done with Sting and made it in their lore. And they basically, with the storyline telling, tried to crumble him. And then he decided to leave and reinvented himself in the TNA, AEW side of things, the smaller promotions, just like he did at WCW, and retired, basically elevating every person he could wrestle. Like he's a person that puts people over. As far as dark gimmicks, there were months and months where he just stood in the rafters and didn't say a word, held a bat, and just looked, just ominous and just kind of hanging over. Had to have him on my mountain tonight, but as far as dark wrestlers, he's there, right? Maybe if we were talking greatest wrestlers of all time, I might move him up a little bit, but had to have him on my mount tonight. I'm going with Sting, the Stinger, baby. Woo! Yeah,
The
gotta
goat.
go with
The GOAT.
The red
Greatest of all
Sting
time.
wasn't scary. The white Sting was the scary one.
Yeah.
So this is the one that's not scary. This was the fun one.
No, I know.
I have that figure, as a matter of
It's
fact.
like-
I do have that figure.
When he
I
came
love
out
this
as the-
one
as
because
the
I
red
love
Sting-
when he was hanging out with Conan and all those guys, and the rap song they came out to was, I mean, it was just hilarious.
the wolf pack.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, when he turned to the red Sting, I was kind of like,
Ketchup
get
Sting.
out of here with this
Tomato face
crap.
Sting.
Go back
Fat
to the
Boy
white Sting.
in the house. Fat Boy was in the house. So, what's up, man? Fat Boy Raid. Well, thanks for doing that. 17 in this joint. Thank you for bringing people over. Fat Boy, we missed you, man. We are booking for video games. I know you said you wanted to be at one time. If you ever want to come back on, man, we love to have you. All the new folks in the chat, we're talking best wrestler, dark wrestlers for Halloween, scary wrestlers, dark wrestlers of all time.
Salty
What's
Army.
up, Salty Army? Welcome on in, man.
Hey, speaking of scary stuff, and Sting, this game that I got playing back here, the intro, the iconic intro with
The greatest.
the big rig coming through, and then Sting's right there. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. I got the figure right here.
Oh, I'm so jealous. That is the one figure that has eluded me.
I got this for like 50 cents at STCC.
St. Tammany Collector's
Wow.
Con.
Yeah, like our buddy was like,
BK
yeah,
Toys had it. BK.
There's a 6 figure.
I'll bring it. It's out of the box. Obviously, it didn't even
Right.
come in a box. So,
Right.
but you can
Red
have it.
Show,
At the next
welcome
con,
in.
I'll bring it for you.
Dude, are you
Disney
serious?
Switch says Sting
Yeah,
is number
yeah,
one. Best wrestling
sure.
games are on 64.
Well, I'll be at RetroCon. I know that.
And
I
I love
won't
that.
be there, but if Kurt comes here, he can pick this thing up.
So when it comes to figures, right? The Sting figure that I've always wanted, besides that one, the Sting figure, late 2000 or so, they released a line where it's the 6 Sting figure set, right? Surfer Sting, and I think he had like the American Sting. They had the Crow Sting, the Wolfpack Sting, and then when he came back, that Sting.
yeah,
And then like another Sting. And I mean, it is by far, I think it's one of the most expensive figures out of the WCW collection, like the whole thing. But yeah, when it comes to Sting, GOAT.
Did
Yeah.
you see
My all-time favorite.
part of his retirement match? He had his kids there, and now
Yeah.
his kid,
Yeah.
who never wanted to wrestle, is now thinking about wrestling.
Junior. Steve Borton Jr. is the one he actually made his debut. He went to a wrestling company. It's like an indie promotion company. It was
What's
great
up,
stuff.
Brian? Thanks for coming in.
And I met Sting already back in 2022. I met my hero. Dude, it by far the nicest dude. you
I'm
could possibly
loving
meet.
the long white with the long white goatee.
Yeah, like it looks weird, man. It's so surreal. Like I grew
The
up, he
Joker
always had
Sting.
this
Somebody mentioned Joker Sting. That one was cool.
That one's good. I mentioned
Yeah.
that to him. I said, dude,
And I
think the
loved him
Joker
back
Sting
in the
was
day when
awesome.
it was Classic Champions. He was fighting Ric Flair and Big Van
Yeah.
Vader and
Yeah.
all Sid and
Jake
all
the
those
Snake, I think,
guys
was
as
another one.
WCW was starting. Yeah.
Was it Jake the Snake? Did he wrestle Jake the Snake? I
if,
think he did.
if Jake was in at that time
WCW.
in WCW, because he was always there. So
Yeah, he did. He did. I know Vader was one of them for sure.
everybody smash that like. Thanks, Fat Boy. Thank you so
hey, we got
much.
23 in the house right now.
They actually wrestled at Halloween Havoc because I just
Yeah, I'm about to
Googled it.
say that.
Oh, so
first
Jake
ever
and
Halloween
Sting
Havoc.
wrestled
There it
at
is,
Halloween
there it is.
Havoc.
Jake and Sting wrestled at
Yes,
Halloween
what?
Havoc. That's perfect.
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 All right, so we're halfway. Let me pay the bills like they used to say. I wish these people actually paid the bills. They don't. It's fun.
We pay their
so
bills.
a couple things. We got some people in the chat. I just want to show this off. This isn't the right one, and I've been looking around. My wife got a new job, and she's now working in here. And I think she just moved it to another place. And this is a different version, but this is a thicker version. I made it smaller, but this is the Christian Creators Directory. If there's anybody that does nerdy Christian content, it is in here. Now, I have met many of these guys, I've messaged them, asked them if they wanted to be on, and they all wanted to be on. If you are interested in any kind of Christian creators that are that do geeky and nerdy stuff, if you are someone that feels that you don't know where to go with that stuff, we actually have it on, and I'm going to type it here in the chat at Rushmore reboot.weebly.com. If you go to this website and you go to the ministry section, which Andy's pulling it up, you can actually see this whole directory, and you can pull them up, and there it is right there. And so if you scroll through that, you'll see some of the people. DJ Courageous was just in here. He's actually in that directory. I think there's over 130 people in the directory at this point. And you guys go and visit them. It is a really awesome thing, kind of building a little bit to try and help the ministry side of things. And with that, guys, ministry is happening very soon. The next thing that's happening, November 14th and 15th, I will be at St. Tammany Collectors Con, hence the reason I'm wearing the shirt. The next one is November 14th and 15th, and we're going to go there and hang out with all the people, man. Gilmore Girls are going to be there. Some Star Wars folks are going to be there. Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be there. Ming Chen from Comic Book Men is going to be there, which he was actually on our show last time he was hanging around. And yeah, thanks, DJ. And well, happy birthday, Destination Switch. And I will be there, and we're going to do what's called Nerd Church, or Nerd in the Word. And we're going to preach at the convention, in the convention. And if you're in the area, you're welcome to come by and visit. I haven't built what the message is on yet, or what it's going to be about, but it will be the backdrop of it, the parable, if you will be Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's where I'm going with it. And we'll be preaching that Sunday morning before I head out and go back to Georgia. Some other things that I want to chat to you about. We want to talk about our members of the channel. Like, we have several people that are members of the channel. It's just $1.99. Listen, if you don't want to be a part of members of the channel, all good, man. We're cool with it. But if you do, what we will do is we will make a channel promo for you. Andy has been doing some channel promos for some of the folks, and like just now, Koi Fish was in the chat, and we need to do Koi Fishes next. But Andy, who is the member that we're going to highlight today?
Yeah, I think we should give a shout out to our friend over at Dark Links Gaming.
Yeah, let's do it.
Step into the shadows with Dark Links Gaming, a retro-fueled live stream experience where Zelda reigns, chaos is random, and every win or loss is part of the adventure. From Ocarina of Time rando runs to deep dives into retro and modern classics, this channel is built for die-hard fans who love the grind. Join Dark Links Gaming at youtube.com/@DarkLinksGaming and connect on Discord or Instagram @AdventDarkLink.
Hey, and here's a fun fact, Andy. We have never taken out any of the money and the funds from the memberships. It's still kind of hanging out there. And the plan is to use that to fund some of the trips that we're going to. And we have several trips. We got St. Tammany Collectors Con. We have Louisiana RetroCon, potentially Cajun Con. We have Southeast Gaming Exchange. We have Augusta Video Gaming Expo. There are several conventions, and we just use it to get there and help share the word, help print some of these books. I'm going to actually have these directories officially printed with an actual title and a like a cover and stuff. I don't know where I just put that one, for goodness sakes. Anyways, it doesn't matter. But we're going to have a few of those to hand out, and that's kind of some of the things we'll use to help kind of circumvent some of those stuff. a couple other things. We have a coffee, which you just shared just a minute ago that you were drinking it. We have a coffee of the Rushmore Show. And here's a fun fact. They are a part of our church, the back home. And we just love this guy to death. He has a promo code to order coffee, and it's some of the best coffee ever. Make sure you write it down. Here we go.
Yep. Check out the Village Coffee.
Let's face it, at-home coffee can be pretty stale. Coffee at home doesn't have to be boring. The Village Coffee is here to deliver the flavor. The Village Coffee roasts coffee every week and sells online. Go to villagebeans.com to order your coffee today and use discount code Rushmore for free shipping.
Well, there you go. Rushmore for free shipping. All right.
It's
So
all
one
gone.
more thing. There, it's all gone, man. It's all gone. Now, it's great coffee. Oh, and did they ever get that deal, Andy? A couple of weeks ago, you were talking about a deal they might be getting.
I haven't heard anything yet, but I'm still
So,
hoping we get a Rushmore.
Potentially, guys, they're trying to get this deal with another person to kind of sell and market their coffee. And if it happens, it was because of Andy's help, and they're thinking about maybe doing a Rushmore.
I'll take a limited batch. That's fine. I just want.
Limited batch. That's fine. I just want to put it on the mantle over here.
I want the bag.
I don't have a mantle over here, but I'll put it up there on the shelf. So did someone say coffee? Patrick said. Hey, last thing before we get back in the show. We are a part of a great group of people. All these people are actually in the directory as well. I found the old directory again. And they're actually in the directory as well. They're called Culture Box. Just a few weeks ago, not a few weeks ago, a few days ago, actually, I was over on Retro Rewind podcast show, and we did Mothman Prophecies. You remember that movie, Andy? Have you seen it? It's a real strange one, but you kind of just review old movies 15 years and behind. And there's a bunch of guys that were on there that are in what we call the Culture Box. And the Culture Box is about 6 different creators that we just kind of come together. We all believe that Jesus Christ is Lord, and we love geeky, nerdy things. So we formed a group, kind of like, an alliance, if you will. And we need to highlight somebody today. Who are we highlighting today?
I think it's been a minute since we shouted out Dallas and Celeste over at Geek Devotions.
Let's do it.
Geek Devotions is a collaboration of devoted geeks that are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. They produce a weekly geek culture infused devotional, their podcast content, and written articles, all designed to encourage and challenge people in the geek community, bridging the gap between their faith and their geekdoms. Find all their content at geekdevotions.com.
Yeah. So, by the way, Lil Timmy says he got hacked.
Yep. I banned whoever that was. So
yeah. So he just messaged me. He said, Mr. P, I got hacked in YouTube capitals. So, anyways, yeah, he was kind of doing some foolishness, but hopefully he'll be able to come back, figure it out, and I'll write him later. So let's get back into the show. If I'm going to drink some Rushmore coffee, I need a Rushmore mug. Put it. Actually, I have a Rushmore mug design that we've never done. I designed it right in the beginning. Never did it. We're supposed to have merch. We tried a couple different merch places. They just didn't work out. Andy, we need to finish that deal.
If anybody knows the merch guy,
we need to get our merch.
But just
we know a couple merch guys, but not print to order. That's what we need. So, and
print to order that won't take 2 years to get your shirt in.
Yeah, Andy ordered a test thing, and he ordered it like 9 months later. They still hadn't sent it. It's crazy.
I dropped 2 shirt sizes before it sent to me, and I haven't even.
Yeah, Andy lost a small child, and so now he needs to reorder. So we're gonna go with a different merch person, print to order, and we do have a coffee mug. And actually, it is it's kind of cool. It's a play on words, but yeah, DJ Courageous. Hopefully, there'll be a time where you can purchase one. There he is. Look,
What luchador is that?
Hello, Sydney.
Yeah. So, all right, Brian, you're starting the second half of the mountain again.
All right, I'm going to try to get this to do what I want it to do, but we'll see. Let's see if this happens.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's it. Darth Maul eats worms.
I'm gonna get you.
Every kid is afraid of the dark, and the boogeyman hides under the bed and whatever, that kind of stuff. The boogeyman, that dude was the eating worm thing. Like, I've eaten a lot of stupid things. That one kind of gets you.
Yeah,
That's that's my pick. The boogeyman.
I love this
Absolutely.
pick. He
Great
is
picks.
terrifying. Just, I mean, outside of just the gimmick. I mean, if you were like, just think, if you stumbled across this guy in a dark alleyway, I mean, just,
Very creepy.
Jesus, take me back now. Like, I mean, I don't know what else. It's terrifying. So yeah,
it is terrifying.
The worms.
I had a worm
obviously
in the boogeyman's mouth land on my lap in a house show.
That's
Did you save it? Did you save it?
I was gonna say, did you frame it?
Did you get him to
put
sign
it
the
out
worm?
on your driveway? It would have dried really quickly.
Yeah, like I said, when I told you guys about the criteria, like there was no, like Andy said, there wasn't a lot of research.
Once you
These were
said the
just-
criteria, I was like, I bet he's gonna have boogeyman.
yeah, I mean,
love-
you instantly just
You just ate it? Oh my god, ew.
Ah, no,
That's gross.
no.
Did it taste good?
you
No.
thought I was gonna have Boogeyman as my George.
So I put boogeyman. So here's a fun fact. Every time we do these shows, I usually put somebody who's worthy to be on that I'm not going to use either as the picture or the music on the Instagram post.
Yep.
And the Instagram post, I did that song you just did.
Yep. I know.
Because my daughter, my oldest daughter, who's getting married in March, which is crazy, when King Booker,
Yep.
Booker, you remember that whole foolishness?
Yep.
He had the feud with Boogeyman,
Uh-huh.
and
WrestleMania 22.
McKenna loved King Booker, and so we went to the show out in New Orleans, and we were down low. Actually, I think it was in Lafayette, and we were down low. We were on the floor. It's kind of standing room only. And when Boogeyman came out, or sorry, when King Booker came out, she's like, "Oh, Dad, Dad, Dad!" And she jumped up on my shoulders, and he made his way down, and he's doing the whole whatever. And then the red sound and the music hit, and she lost it. She could. It was like a squirrel climbing a tree, like going around. She like slid around like this, went down like this, and she was probably, I don't know, she was probably like 8 when this happened. Maybe not even 8. She was probably like 5. And and that dude, and when he starts slamming that
Alarm clock against his head, and
oh, man.
Which I thought was actually like real glass.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
so
I don't
this
think it
dude is
was.
crazy. He's
Just a freak show.
super shredded.
Yeah.
He's super shredded. He don't have any dang teeth.
nope.
And he is
Oh,
very well. The last thing I saw, he was very well liked as a person in the locker room.
He was
But-
kicked off the tough enough.
But they talked a lot of trash that he was not a great worker.
Yeah, no, that was one of the things, that he was super lazy and he wasn't talented at all, and he was straight gimmick. Is
Yeah.
what
Oh, yeah.
he was.
all gimmick.
All gimmick. That was it.
All
But he
gimmick
got
and
kicked
biceps.
out of he got kicked out.
Later,
of the
Prime.
match.
Thanks for hanging out. Allergies are kicking in. I'm sorry. We'll pray for you, my friend. And matter of fact, I gotta pray for Patrick too. So we'll do that in a second.
Yeah, this guy is shredded. It's insane.
Yeah, he's super shredded. He was kicked out. Tough
I
enough.
mean, for all of the
Lied
work
about
that he
his
gets
age.
complained about not doing in wrestling, he did it in the gym.
Listen to
Like,
this.
he did the wrestling in the. Yeah, I saw
Look at
this. That's a pretty terrifying thing.
Oof.
I never did to follow wrestling, but my scariest memory is seeing Jerry the King Lawler in a one-piece wrestling suit in the mid 80s.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, man. Didn't Jerry Lawler have a scare not long ago about like a death scare? Like he was, if I remember correctly.
About 13 years ago, he had a heart attack.
No, I thought it was recent. I thought he had another one. Anyways, I thought I saw that. But man, I love this pick. It wasn't going to be on my mountain because of the way I went with my criteria. I didn't go with but I love that you picked it that way because he's definitely there, which leads me to believe there's only a few more people. If this is the two, there's only a few more people that are absolutely more intimidating and crazy as this guy.
Yep.
So I'm interested to see where you go.
I might top it.
Yeah.
I love
I'm
the pick.
interested to see where you go.
He was another Benjamin.
Definitely a Benny for me. Definitely a Benny. Mainly because, I mean, he just longevity career, just not a lot. And my one main memory is that moment with McKenna on my shoulders. But all right, hey, Ghostface Killer down there. Who you got for yours?
So I gotta take this mask off because my number 2 is simply, by God, that's gotta be Kane. That's gotta be Kane.
Yeah,
Easily my number 2 when it comes to scary. This right here was scary in the late 90s. Scary. Just scary. When he ripped off the cell, what was it, 97? He ripped off the cell. You know what I mean? Like, that was absolutely insane. Like, that was Undertaker's brother. And for the longest time, I thought I was, actually his brother. You know what I mean?
Wait, it's not his brother?
No, it's not. They're not brothers.
You're breaking all the news
you
tonight.
spoiler alerted me. Come on.
No, he's the governor.
I'm back a few
he's the
seasons.
governor.
I haven't gotten to that part.
Well, yeah. Anyway, but no, Kane, easily my number 2. Easily. I mean, you can't have a Rushmore without Kane when it comes to scariest. And I mean, 97, Kane, you can't go wrong with that one. Yes, my hair is messed up. I do apologize. With all the masks I've been wearing.
Hey,
no,
so Davey says, how did you guys have it in the budget to get Timu Ghostface from Shrek franchise to come on the show? Love it, haha. And then he said, 2 masks? That's legendary.
I'm a legendary individual. What can I say?
Yeah.
They pay me the big bucks.
Yeah.
No, again, back to Kane. I mean, this one was a tough one to pick for my number 2. When it comes to Kane, you can't have a Rushmore without Kane. I can say the same about Taker, but with Taker, he's scary in his own right. But when it comes to Kane, man, that was fear. That was absolute fear, man. You can't go wrong with this one. Oh yeah, and then
Kane fire hit, oh man,
oh man,
dude. You know what's really crazy about that fire? That Joker is hot. When you're in the arena and that thing goes off, you could be up in the rafters and you feel that Joker heat up, bro.
See,
greatest debut ever. It was a good debut.
It was in my honorable mention because guess what? People are also afraid of fire. So that's why
greatest debut ever. Yes.
It's like going to the hibachi restaurant and sitting for
you should see my 4-year-old when they do that. He's all backing away from the table and all kinds of craziness.
Good stuff.
Fire just blowing up.
Here's the deal. Kane was my number 5 on the dot.
Mine too.
I had him at number 5, knowing I wasn't going to even talk about him because he was getting mentioned in the front half of the front 9. Matter of fact, he was probably going to get mentioned more than once on the front 9. And so with that being said, I love this pick. I kind of gave a nod to it in my little there. It's got to be Kane.
That's why I had to hurry grab the mask.
Yeah, I love this pick. You could have picked him as Glenn Jacobs DDS as the dentist. He was
another one,
Dr. Isaac Yankum. And that was
Kirk. Let's just keep it going. He's the next one on my list too. Kane, it's got to be Kane. And to Ohio's point, people are afraid of the dentist also. So double weight. You know, I mean,
There you go.
And
See?
some people are afraid of the governor.
Politicians. I mean, they're afraid
Politicians.
of politics. I mean, everything. Yeah, he was
Corporate
fear
Kane,
incarnate.
anybody? Corporate Kane.
Can I
yeah.
say something? One of the things. Let me finish my one point. We talked about Mankind and Mick Foley about being a good dude. I have literally
Glenn Jacobs.
every single person that talks about Glenn Jacobs says he is the classiest person. Right? He's
He's one of my favorite people to listen to, like talk.
Yeah.
I love hearing him talk.
When he's on like the 6 Feet Under podcast,
Yeah.
or he's on
Great podcast, by the way.
Broken Skull podcast, or when he's on any of these podcasts, I love watching him. He's a great speaker.
Well, my link is also Kane. This is the best. The whole storyline, the whole build up to it, the fact that this, I mean, there's just so much to this, right? Like Undertaker originally was Kane the Undertaker, and then like it just this story kind of like even before it was really a story was a story, right? It was a thing that was just in the background, processing through over time, and then when the debut happens, and nobody really put visible fear into Taker until you saw Kane step into that ring with him, and that look, I mean, without even fighting. That look that Kane and Taker have in the Hell in a Cell, I mean, it's just, it's
Dude, he
insane.
refused to face Kane.
Yeah,
For months.
and then when eventually
months.
you get the Brothers of Destruction and you get that, I mean, there's unstoppable force there.
Yeah.
But Kane in general, yeah, this is the most terrifying. And I'll say this: the '97 Kane, probably my favorite. That's just where I go to. But like all of his masks were scary. Him bald with no mask. is
03,
terrifying.
yeah.
I mean, him with just the white eyes.
Oh,
is
wait.
terrifying.
You gotta do this. You gotta do this little number look.
Okay.
When he had the luchador mask and this part of his face was open, you know what I mean? Like he it just and his teeth were kind of jacked a little bit, and just like scary, just scary.
Yeah,
God,
he
look
was
good for you guys.
He was fear-inducing for sure. I had to go with Kane. He is. I'll say this too. Last thing I'll say about Kane. And we probably all did the same exact thing. My family made the very unwise financial and just lifestyle decision to purchase a trampoline for two boys who loved wrestling, and that's just what that became. It was the circle, and they also put it right next to the fence, so that was the turnbuckle. You knew that was just happening. But we would get the WWE music CD and like literally bring the boombox outside, set it up, play the intro music. All my neighbors, we would walk down, we would do everything, right? And I'm not kidding you. If there was a day where somebody wasn't Kane, then there was something wrong. Like he was the most physically intimidating wrestler that we had ever seen up to that point. I mean, just
he like choke slam everybody on one episode of Raw.
Dude,
like
he
he's like literally any other match, he'll come
like,
out, choke slam somebody, and then leave.
Yeah.
I love how he played the Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers thing.
Yes, I was just about to say that.
Where he never ran after anybody. He just walked, and all of a sudden he come around, he's like,
and he's standing there.
Hey,
did you see that meme? Did you see that meme where they were like, it was Michael Myers, and like when the person got off screen, he started like running, and then and he's like walking again. That's but anyways, good pick, man. I mean, good pick for both of you. Kane, I knew it was going to happen, and 100%. Andy's talked about Kane long enough. Like he's talked about him for years. I knew he was going to happen. Matter of fact, I thought he could potentially even be as George, even though. Yeah, I thought he could be. He had a shot. All right, my turn. This might be a surprise, honestly.
Dean Malenko.
No. The only person that probably won't surprise is maybe Ohio, because we've talked about this. My best friend, Rudy, which is actually the guy that was in this picture with me. Rudy, right here. Nope, this side. Right
there
here.
you go.
Yeah. So he was actually at Pearl River Community College around this time, and they had this really awesome Halloween party. And I dressed as this guy for the Halloween party. I went and got the hair. I got leather pants. I ripped those leather floor. I painted my face. I did the whole 9 yards. I love this guy. I am absolutely surprised that somebody else said it. But I'm going with Vampiro. And listen, when Vampiro was in WCW, I had heard all of these like stories. So there's only one other person right now that I can liken to what I heard about a wrestler and then him come later and get to see him. And that's CM Punk, right? You hear when CM Punk, before he made it into WWE, you heard about all the Japanese, all the Mexican side, all the other promotions that you'd never seen him on TV. He's coming. You'd read him in the PWI, or you'd read in all these magazines. And I was reading about him down in Mexico fighting and his story. And when he showed up, I remember being like, dude, that guy's the real deal. He's the real deal. And trying to explain how. And then he had ICP, which for a little bit of time in my life, I actually liked ICP.
It was a
don't lie. We loved ICP for a long period of time.
I still got I still got a couple of them back here, matter of fact.
You know damn good and well you were drinking the Faygo. And
yeah. We was juggalos. We were like, but I love the whole idea of that, and then bringing out the Misfits and just the craziness that he was doing. And then you mentioned it, the match with Sting, with the fire, the match with where he with Goldberg. There was so many things. He was so awesome, and then he hurt his back.
Yeah,
and he was going to get pushed to main event, and he got kind of pushed down. And then you mentioned it. He went back. He did the whole the underground lucha, all that stuff. And I just really enjoyed his character. It's got the tag on it still.
Dude,
I got this actually at one of the last WCW shows before it went over. And I was just reading 2000. This is a 2000 tag, but there's the card right there. Boom.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
And and so I've been having this guy kind of hang out. He's been up here with all the other wrestlers. I had to go get him. And so anyways, and I'll say this, Venom, since you were obviously a fan of him, when he first came out, he didn't have merch. He ended up having this as his merch shirt, which is his tattoo. This was his merch shirt. And I bought this one, but before that, I bought this like fan-made merch shirt, and it was my favorite shirt of all time. And it was like a press-on iron that somebody made, and that was what you did back in the 90s, man. You couldn't just whatever. And that shirt ended up getting ruined, and it was one of like the worst days. I hated it because I could never replace that shirt. But anyways, I'm going with Vampiro. As far as WWE, WCW, all the big ones, he never won anything really big and significant. He had a few little smaller runs, but you talk about his runs on the Mexican side of things, the luchador side of things, he was the guy. And I have not watched the match with Penta, but I'm probably going to watch that tonight.
Gotta check it out, man.
I'm probably going to watch that tonight because
it's a bar
I love Penta. And I didn't even know he was the one that pushed Penta like that. I didn't get into all that because if you remember, like the last 15 years or so, I haven't really watched wrestling. And then I just started picking it back up in about the last 4. So going back to watch some Vampiro would be really, really cool.
Like you guys, like you said, I'd never realized that he was a Canardian.
Yeah, he's a Canadian. Yeah,
no,
Thunder Bay, Ontario.
He was a Canadian vampire.
Yeah,
Ohio. I didn't realize other people said Canardian. That's good. That's
Canardian,
really
yeah.
cool.
I
Sometimes
got
I see it.
Canardian, I think, from him. Honestly.
Did you? I didn't realize that. I think it's just been a thing that.
No, I mean I
I
say
think I
Canardian
got
all the time.
Canardian from
I
Bryant.
love it.
So,
Yeah, no, that,
He had
so
a big
before
name.
wrestling, he was a hockey player. He was trained by Abdullah the Butcher.
Yep. Oh, Abby.
Yeah, he was. Which Abdullah the Butcher is like in critical condition. I saw
Yeah.
something's happening with him right now.
I think he had a stroke.
Yeah, something pretty bad. I saw somebody posted prayer for Abby. And then I went and saw what they were talking about because I didn't know if it was like their daughter Abby or whatever. But I went and looked it up and I was like, oh, so he won the UWA World Championship in '93 during his Mexico stint, hair versus hair match, USA Mainstream '98. He debuted against Brad Armstrong, which is cool. ICP, the Necro Ward. He was with another guy. I'm going to hold on to that one just in case for the honorable mentions. There was another big guy that he was with.
Keep
He's
reading,
He's
KP.
going
Keep
with
reading.
that one.
There's 2 or 3 big guys that he was with. There's another one. My goodness, he was because he's a dark wrestler. He's with all the dark wrestlers. But yeah, the Draglocks.
Two in particular, for sure.
Yeah, for cool. That's my dude. All right, so we're to the George, and I think there's only one answer for all of us. No, let's see. Let's go. Let's see who's talking. Brian, you're up. Well, Brian's going scariest guy of all time. He's already picked the absolute creepiest dude. Who else you going to go with?
Well, I mean, everybody's afraid of death. There's only one man walking around that's death, and that's the Undertaker and Paul Bearer.
Man,
Dead man walking from Death Valley, California. Like
From Death Valley,
you,
California.
there you go.
Yep.
Like you can do a lot of things, and you can have a lot of different ones and whatever else, and your preferences and whatever. But like when it comes to it, this is the guy.
All right, Andy, before you get unmonetized.
Yeah, we're already shot, so it's good.
Yeah, I mean,
WWE hounds people for
Yeah.
their use of anything, which I'm sure you're well aware of, Nick.
Bryce J. Dub in the house. I recently cleaned my room and got back from DoorDash. And hey, man, what's up, man? Bryce, we love you. January 1st, hopefully we'll have you on, man. We're gonna have you on with Game Dad. Anyways,
So what's scarier, Taker by himself, or does he have to have Paul Bearer with the urn? Like I think he
No,
has to
I
have-
think
Or the Ministry.
the Ministry Taker was the scariest.
He was
That
the-
one was the scariest,
he
man.
was the
That
scariest.
symbol,
that
bro.
whole
That symbol.
crucifixion on the Undertaker's.
That was awesome.
That was great.
that was
When he tried to embalm Austin,
that was awesome.
he's about to stab him, and like
One of my favorite stories is that he brought Viscera on because he was tired of having to wrestle him. He's like,
Yeah.
you guys, you suck so bad. You're a terrible worker. You're going to come be on my team so I don't have to fight you.
That's awesome.
Dude, yeah, ministry, and then corporate ministry was even crazier.
Yes, that was a crazy one.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
anything that he was a part of was just like it was exactly that. It was death, destruction, it was craziness, it was black, it was scary, it was dark all the time. Like that, that's
Oh yeah.
what's worse than
Jay Thompson, scariest wrestler. So Jay, it's scary, it's dark, it's just people that were like kind of just gross gimmicks, if you will. Don't have to be like the scariest, like you watch them and you're freaked out, but yet like they just lived a dark character. So you came
Jay,
with
we
Poppa
had
Shango, that's
Doink
great
the
pick.
Clown as
Awesome Kong.
Yeah, that's a good one. I just saw the awesome one. That's a good one.
She was definitely scary.
Bruiser Brody.
Bruiser Brody
Can't go wrong with that
and
one.
Baron Von Rush. He was my grandpa's friend when I was a kid. Wait, roll this back. He was my grandpa's friend when I was a kid. I was terrified of him. I was like 6 or 8 to 8 years old, not 6, 7, 6 to 8 years old. Freaking, that is awesome, Jay. By the way, Jay is a huge Cubs fan, and he's a Cubby dude. Hi, Andy. Hi, Kirk. Therefore, since Bryce is dropping scripture in the
Save these guys. Yeah. No, I love it though.
Yeah. Anyways, it's Halloween, so it's thought to be a fun thing to do for Halloween. So, good
George.
pick. Good pick. The George. Hey, Venom, who you got?
So, I love how Ohio mentioned Undertaker as the number one. We might have another Crushmore, if you will, because my George, and it's crazy that I mentioned it earlier. The one, the only. There he is. The GOAT.
Nice.
The Crushmore. There it is, right here. I mean, you can't go wrong. 97 Sting, when he was hanging out in the rafters, being creepy, all that, just waiting.
The white Sting, not the red Sting.
Yeah, the white, not tomato, not tomato face Sting, not that Sting. But
in my opinion, there's only one person that could be red all the time, and that was Kane. Sting.
Oh yeah, I mean, without a shadow of a doubt.
Sorry,
but when it comes to,
I will say this, you bring up a good point. I didn't like the red face paint. There was just something about it. It didn't look like it fit. It didn't look like it was supposed to be there.
Hey, it only fits this guy.
Hey,
well, it fits the boogeyman too, because the boogeyman is small.
Oh yeah, boogeyman. Yeah. Remember how he had that whole like face paint? It was like all red on one. I think it was like ECW. He had the whole, like, his whole face is red. He had the black contacts. Yeah, it was super weird. But anyway, Sting, easily my George. I mean, when it comes to scary gimmicks.
Hey, you kind of gave it away earlier when you're like, this is the best guy ever. And I was like, I wonder if he's trying to throw us a little bone or if he's trying to take us off the scent. But yeah, I kind of knew that. You were talking about you're getting to meet him. And you're
I mean, this is how I have
to sign the big belt, huh?
Big gold, yeah.
And so we were talking backstage. I read, and you can talk more on this because I know you know. I read that this is going to be the last time he ever dons the face paint.
Wait, when?
This year.
So in a couple weeks, Ohio, he's going to be in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
A couple weeks he's going to be in Baton Rouge, and he's retiring the face paint forever.
What?
After Baton Rouge, that's it.
It is kind of odd to see Sting with like the white goatee now and everything.
It's surreal.
It's different.
It's very surreal because I mean, growing up in the '90s, and then I mean, like you said, KP, you mentioned his TNA run, his AEW run, and all that stuff. He's always had his hair slicked back. He always had his hair. He had the goatee and all that stuff, and it was like. When we had the beard Sting, like it was even, what was it, 98 Halloween Havoc when he fought Bret Hart, he had the goatee, like that was weird. I'm like, what the hell? Like, no.
Yeah, he had the soul patch.
His soul patch.
He had the whole Fu Manchu. It was 98 Halloween Havoc. I'll never forget that.
To me, there's 3 Stings, and all the other ones are just fun. There's Surfer Sting, there's Crow Sting, there's Wolfpack Sting, and all the others are just a phase. It's not a phase. But obviously the Crow one is what transcended his career. He was really awesome. Everybody loved him as the Surfer Sting, but the Crow put him in another category. And if you remember, while Crow Sting was happening, he was carrying that. He was basically carrying that thing along on the babyface side.
Yeah.
Forever on WCW, going against, Stone Cold, The Rock, and all those guys on the other side. And that thing was just going. Yeah. And Bryce, I got 11 days. Yep. So good pick, man. Andy.
For sure. Great pick.
Andy.
Thank you.
Is there any doubt that who my George is? Rest in peace, Mark Howard. Let's just all talk about him for the rest of it. The greatest wrestler, the best
Oh, so
wrestler
Kirk, is that
of
your
all
George
time.
too?
My favorite. He's my George of wrestlers. He will always be my George of wrestlers.
Of course, it's my George. He might be the George of wrestling for me. He wasn't always the George of wrestling for me, but probably the last 15-year run.
He's my favorite wrestler of all time. So I mentioned the trampoline. I was always Undertaker. Yep. Anytime I was going to the store to get an action figure that was wrestling, it was Undertaker. I was watching Undertaker. Everything was Undertaker. He's the coolest wrestler of all time. You go all the way back to Purple Gloves, and obviously he goes back further than that in his wrestling career. But as the Undertaker, right? You see that you see early on when he's got Paul Heyman as his guy. But man, it's such an interesting character. It's been a cool evolution of everything over the time. We talked about his podcast. He is the greatest intro of all time. Everything about him. He is my favorite wrestler. He is, and also just on top of that, he's not just gimmick, right? He is a fantastic wrestler. There's no reason that someone that his size should be able to walk across the rope and do that move where there's no reason you should be that athletic as that big of a guy.
Danny, the first time I ever saw that, I was like, who in the hell? What are you doing? My God.
That's one of the most insane moves to me, not necessarily from a technical side, but that's just an athletic. I don't understand.
I always was worried that the not necessarily the cable, but the things that held the cables in the wall were going to break when guys like Undertaker and Big Show, Rikishi, when they start climbing up there. I'm like, y'all have a lot of trust in that equipment.
Hey, listen, it's all rated for 5,000 pounds, so they're good.
Yeah, well, a few of them are close.
Mr. Bridge over here, yeah. So that stuff is crazy. Hey, look, Undertaker. Whether it was Last Ride, Undertaker,
dude, that
whether
move
it was
is
Pile
crazy.
Driver,
yeah,
Undertaker,
that's a good one. That's a good power bomb.
Whether it was Chokeslam Undertaker, Purple Gloves, Dark Man, Dead Man, Biker Gang.
As I say, when he went to the Biker Gang,
the Hall of Fame, now he's like corporate Undertaker.
Oh,
he sits in the background and he just goes, "Yeah, it's a good idea." And between him and Triple H and The Rock, they're basically running that whole show. Triple H has got the name because of his wife, but Undertaker is there. They talk. I watched a documentary on this whole thing and talking about Undertaker's podcast and all the stuff that's going on. One of the reasons his podcast changed was because he felt that he was outside of the WWE circle and he had to come inside of it, and that's why it started happening with his wife and all of that thing. But the phenom, right? He's again, is he my favorite wrestler of all time? If you would have asked me 10 years ago, no, right? If you ask me today, when I look back, probably the best moments, the most memories, the boom. And I remember being at the show and being like that guy. If they're looking at me right now, I'm that guy that's going, oh, here. Because here's the thing. He didn't have for a lot of his career, he didn't have the rigorous schedule like CM Punk has and Cody Rhodes has. Those guys are at every single Monday night. And sometimes you'd show up at a show, and you're like, man, I hope he comes out tonight. I hope somebody. Right. And then you would hear it, and you're like, yes, he's here, right? And that was cool. But he's a likable guy. I've said this last week, Andy. His daughter plays softball an age group under Carson. And so there's been talks that we'd be at the same tournaments as them. And I can't imagine seeing Undertaker whipping out his lawn chair to watch his kid play softball in the call. Be like, excuse me? Just a cool dude. He was a part of that show that I was talking about, Chasing Stuff. And the show with him, the episode that he had, he was looking for the original Purple stuff, the face, the mask, when he broke his face and his cheekbones or whatever. He was looking for all that stuff. He ended up going and running into Kane, and he found some of Kane's original stuff. Just a cool.
I think he found the cape too.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Also,
Really
just
cool.
when we talk about things that transcend sports, things that transcend wrestling, we're in the wrestling realm here. When we talk about major milestones in American history that textbooks will write about years from now, one of them involving the Undertaker, WrestleMania 19, Limp Bizkit live performance, bringing out Undertaker. I mean, America's gone downhill since that moment. If we could trace it back, it was that moment that we just peaked as a society, and we'll never be there again. So I'm glad we were all there to enjoy it
There you go.
and just have it happen.
Yeah, there it is.
It's never getting better, friends. It's just never going to get better. So then we were in
Ladies
that.
The Limp
Yeah.
Pimp, baby. I love it.
Speaking of Limp Bizkit, they just lost a
R.I.P.
founding member.
Dan
R.I.P.
Rivers. R.I.P.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Hey, one of the songs, maybe it's Break Stuff, just broke the top 10.
Yeah. How about that?
2 billion.
20 years later or something.
Great.
Wild.
America peaked. Absolutely, Bryce. America peaked.
Anyways, America peaked. I love
But
it.
no,
Oh man, the Ravens score again.
if it wasn't for Undertaker, we wouldn't have like Hell in a Cell or
Buried
Wait,
alive matches.
Buried Alive matches.
And
Yeah, the Bowling
not
Room.
only
the Bowling Room
not only
Brawl.
did he have Limp Bizkit, but he also had Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's just. I even like that version. Like,
yeah, the American
he's not the
Badass.
go-to. He's not the one I'm going to, but that he was awesome then.
He came out on Judgment Day with the motorcycle, and he had that song. I am American Bad.
Yeah.
It was
When he
awesome,
swapped
man.
when he swapped over to Biker Gang Taker, like
Yeah, that
like,
was cool.
that was awesome.
And he
To
came
just-
out with
everybody
what
out
was
left
their
and right,
names? The
like,
brothers,
yeah.
the disciples. What were the disciples? What were those guys' names? The two
Yeah,
bald
the
dudes?
disciples.
DOA or something like
Yeah,
that.
the disciples of Apocalypse.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were all coming up on a motorcycle. It was Chain, Skull,
It's
and
like,
8 Ball.
looked like a biker gang.
Oh,
Anyways.
it was
All right,
horrible,
well,
man.
I kind of figured Undertaker would be at the top and Sting would be at the top. That was the two I figured were going to make the top, and I was right. So
Taker
Sting,
just made my honorable mention.
Sting,
Have you guys ever had a clean sweep at the top?
We have. I don't remember what for, but I remember we've gone
one
through.
time. So we've had a quadruple Rushmore probably 6 times.
Maybe
One time we had all of us say this number one.
the George session was. I mean, it's certain topics lend to that,
Right.
where it's
So-
just like it's
All
clear.
right. Isn't there a football game happening now? Yes, Bryce. The Ravens have just now taken the lead 21-6.
Yeah, I need Miami to
21 to
beat
6.
them.
Has
right.
I haven't even kept up with fantasy. How's Lamar doing? Is he? I know he's back in it.
Lamar has just thrown his 3rd tutty.
Let's go. That's my quarterback.
Guess
Finally back in it.
Guess what? He didn't play last week. That's all that matters.
Yeah, he's back on the field.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
playing right now.
Good.
All right. It's time. It's Veda time.
Veda time.
It's time for their Benjamins. Let's do a little draft for honorable mentions and get out of here. Well, look, it's time for our
The big show?
honorable mentions. No. You're
Big
up
bad
first.
show
Is that your
tonight,
pick?
yo.
You
You're
don't
up
get to.
first. I'm not picking him. You're up first.
Well.
It's Ohio, Venom, Andy, me, and then me, Andy, Venom, Ohio, then Ohio, Venom, Andy, like fantasy football.
Yep.
That means Ohio, you get first pick of the draft, and you get Mr. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant of the Scary Gimmicks. We cannot pick anybody that's been already picked. So Vampiro's out, Sting's out, Boogeyman's out, Jake the Snake's out, Undertaker's out, Kane's out, Mankind's out. I think that's all of them. Maybe.
Gangrel
Doink
Oh,
the
and
clown.
And Gangrel's out.
and Doink.
Oh,
I
and
got some good
Doink.
ones. I got
How
some
can you
good ones.
forget about Doink?
I got some good ones. I got
I
some
love the
hitters.
show
All
off
right.
with
Oh,
Doink.
and Penta. So that I was going off the top of my head. I didn't write them down. So
Pretty good. Pretty solid for going off the top of that.
Yeah.
He's
So
almost 50,
Ohio.
Andy.
One of the reasons we call them Benjamins is because when we first started, we were looking for a fun name to name our honorable mentions, and I I found where I thought, and we make the rules. So if it's not true, who cares? That Benjamin Franklin was potentially the fifth guy on the mountain. So we're going to talk about who missed our mountains today. And we can't pick anybody that we picked before. So who's the first person that missed your mountain? Oh, by the way, we don't have to go into a long story like we did the originals because this is just honorable mentions. But if you have a fun story, by all means, share it. Who missed your mountain? Who's the first one we're going to talk about?
Which goes back to the same criteria I've been talking about. What are people afraid of? Little kids are scared of the boogeyman, but they're also afraid of the invisible man. You can't see me. John Cena, baby.
No way.
Yeah.
That
Nobody saw that coming. I can promise you.
I did see it coming. I
thought you were about to say 7 for a second.
Nobody
I
could
don't
see
see
it
how that
coming.
works.
Nobody could
See that coming. Hey, listen, shout out to my 14-year-old son, Tyson, because he's the one who gave me the idea.
That's a
We were
great
driving home from his cross-country meet.
So
I was like, Dad, you can't see John Cena.
Cannon.
Everybody's scared of him.
Dude, I
me
will
and
say
Cannon
this. I will say
painted this
That's
during
awesome.
COVID.
That is so cool.
That's sick.
That's awesome.
That's pretty sick.
So Cena, wow, what a great pick. I'll just leave it there.
So,
But it stays right in line with everything that I
Listen,
said was my
people
criteria.
say what they want to say about you, but you have been consistent from the beginning. I mean, you held to that criteria.
It's the mark of consistency.
Yeah.
All right. I like this pick. Nothing to be scared about.
He's not scary at all, except for he's the invisible man. You can't see me.
I'm afraid of
kinda
White
scared
Rabbit.
about his heel run. It made me nervous. But he's only got like 3 matches left, I think. Maybe like
Hey,
4 days.
I'll say this.
4 days left.
People may have an irrational fear of jorts. So there you go.
You got an irrational fear of jorts?
Yeah, you may have an irrational fear of jorts.
Wristbands and headbands on grown dudes. Like, we could just go with the whole 9 with this.
I think 2 has got an irrational fear of first downs.
Yeah.
4th and 17. What?
He's got a rational fear of concussions, though.
Yeah.
So that's
All right. So you're
rational.
up.
rational.
You're up, Venom. Who missed your mountain?
Just bear with me with this one. Mount Rushmore. Where? Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace.
So
Bray
I put
Wyatt.
Bray on our thing, on our thumbnail.
Yeah.
Which
And
one?
I'm going to tell you,
Both
I
of
knew
them.
he
It
was
was-
going to
it
get
was
mentioned
hard to pick.
tonight.
It was hard.
I knew he was going to get mentioned tonight, but my problem with him, he blew up in the time I wasn't watching, and he passed away before I started watching again. But I know how
the
great
Fiend
he
was the scariest.
Hey,
The Fiend one, oh yeah, the Fiend was absolutely the
The
scariest.
Fiend, that's the scariest one.
his dad is just been put in hospice.
Yeah.
Mike Rotunda was just put in the hospice.
Ooh, no.
I saw.
But
I
he
read
had
about
a
it this
heart
morning.
attack recently, actually. He also
just
had
been
a
in
heart attack. So, yeah, he's on assisted living right now, I want to say.
So, for you guys that don't know, Mike Rotunda, who was IRS, he is Bray Wyatt's father. So,
and Barry Windham is his uncle.
and yeah. So, anyways, really, really, really good. What I hear about him and what I've read about him is
Gone way too soon.
was a phenomenal person backstage. And one of the people would say that he was one of the
Creative
best
mind.
creatives
Very creative.
of all time. Yeah.
If you ever watch his documentary, I think it's on Peacock, who was actually narrated by The Undertaker. He was supposed to bring back the Fiend gimmick before he had passed away. And he was going to do like,
He was
Some
doing
of it
doing
had-
the howdy gimmick, right?
yeah. He was going to bring back the Fiend gimmick, and it was a whole new setup, but it had like special Easter eggs and all that stuff. So I really like this idea. Unfortunately, he's no longer here.
Yeah.
I think the costume made it to the game, if I'm not mistaken. It made it to 2K25. But yeah, just missed it in my top 4 for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
It's funny you had one guy that was part of so many
So many
Like,
good memories, man.
Yeah, I mean, so many like disgusting things, you know,
Yeah.
anything with the Wyatt family and what, you know, like the one dude that was wearing like the rabbit or goat mask or whatever he was wearing.
Oh, you talking about Luke? No, not Luke Harper. Eric Rowan.
There you
And
go.
he-
But I
he
mean, it was
passed
all
away,
part
too.
of
Oh, dude.
yeah, I mean, that was all part of like Bray Wyatt, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
he was-
Eric
he was
Luke
the guy
passed
behind
away,
all
right?
that.
Yeah, Luke Harper was the one that, or Brody Lee was the one that.
Yeah,
passed.
Brody Lee passed away.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, Andy.
Well, I'm kicking it old school. This is my most old school one right here. And it's old school for more reasons than one. Obviously, the wrestler is, but it's old school for our own show, actually. Because I'm going with, ooh, what a rush.
The tag team.
I'm going to take the tag team. I took the Brood essentially with Gangrel. I did pick him. I mean, I was always more of an Animal guy than Hawk, but I mean, they're both, whatever. Actually dressed up, me and Dennis, who's been on the show quite a few times, dressed up as them for we were in metal bands and we would play a Halloween show.
Oh
every
man,
year.
I didn't even see.
And we would do that. So we are there. What's up, religious fanboy? So I'm going Road Warriors, Legion of Doom. I mean, just Mad Max. Go the whole thing. Love it.
What you got?
I
Animal,
am
Animal,
sorry, religious
son
fanboy, I missed
played
it.
at Ohio State, so there's the connection for me there. You know,
There you
got
go.
the
That's a
short
shout out
legs,
to your guys.
shoulder
All right,
pads.
well, I'm glad you did that because you saved the next the two that I wanted. I was worried, but hey, I'm going to take him. He's actually kicking the Dolphins' butt right now. I'm going with Raven.
Oh,
Nevermore. Ravens flock.
good pick.
And
Great pick.
listen, I'm not going to take the whole flock. I'm just taking Raven because some of those other guys are really awesome too. I'm just taking Raven. And dude, I loved Raven when he was in ECW. I love Raven in WCW. I loved him even when he first jumped over into WWE. Dude, I just loved his character. He was like the punk rock kid that'd sit in the corner and just have all the people do whatever. You know, I'm going Raven. Dark. I mean, he was really dark. He was like
Raven,
Donnie Darko.
Raven looked like the guys that I hung out with in high school.
Same.
That was like we were Ravens flock.
Now I'm going to go with another
Comes
guy. I'm going to go with it. Look, Andy, you opened the door. That's why I said you picked the tag team. I'm going with another tag team then. I'm going with Demolition.
Love
I'm going
it.
with
Love it.
Smash and Crush.
Here come the Smasher.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going with Demolition. These guys look like they got out of like Mad Max meets voyeurism. I don't know what is happening with what they're doing. You got like their Kiss face paint type stuff. You know, we talked Axe was Doink for a little bit, and then Smash was actually the Repo Man.
Yep. I wanted to say the Repo Man so bad in this.
Yeah.
Repo Man.
That's a scary thing to have your car repoed.
Yeah, that could be one of those. So I'm going with Demolition. And then they brought Crush on, which Crush's original gimmick was like California Crush, and he was kind of like Sting. But it didn't work for him because he was too dang big. But Crush was awesome.
Wasn't he
Brian,
like the original
Adams.
Kiss Demon
Brian Adams. He might have
in
been.
WCW?
Was he?
He was
Yeah.
supposed to be.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
So whenever Kiss before, by the way, rest in peace to Ace Frehley.
Yes.
Whenever they did the song "God of Thunder," they had Brian Adams. Yeah, Brian Adams come out of the.
But Brian
Yes.
Adams, hey, listen, Brian Adams did about 6 characters that could be on this.
Yeah. Kiss Demon could be one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It was
Well, that's
temporary.
my 2 picks. Andy, what you got?
Well, Brian Adams was too busy singing at the same time. So
That's what I was getting ready to say. Like,
everything I
Cover
do,
up 69.
I do it for you.
I would do it.
Let me just say this one thing about Demolition. They're scary with the face paint, but for some reason they look like they just don't look like they would be scary without the face paint. Like the guys, he looks like Jerry Lawler with face paint.
Wait,
just,
what I love.
it doesn't
I love
even
is
look
when they
very
wear,
intimidating.
when they were wearing they look like Beastmaster masks. They
Yeah.
were like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
executioner type of mask or whatever.
All right. My next.
Bryce
one-
said Brian Adams sings. a different one.
Okay, I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna channel my inner Ohio for a second. Okay, what are people afraid of? Okay, what are people afraid of? And I think it's time that we address that people are afraid of a strong female. And I'm gonna go. There's a lot you could go with. There's a lot you could go with, but I'm gonna pull from my roots of Attitude Era. I'm going with China.
Damn!
She's terrifying. She is terrifying.
Don't treat me like a woman. Don't treat me like a man.
I had to go China, so she's terrifying. I mean, she was probably the most intimidating out of all of DX. So yeah, that's where I'm going.
Yeah, she was on my list.
I
Nice.
think he just threw for his 4th touchdown.
Yeah, to Zay Flowers.
1.
And Zay
2.
Flowers is my wide
Hey,
receiver
KP,
too, so.
Scott Woodward got fired this evening, just so you know. LSU AD.
Did that
Anyway.
just happen?
No, it happened like an hour ago. I wanted to tell you, but I didn't want to interrupt the show. But right now you're talking football, so I brought in
Well, I mean,
baseball.
that's scary. That's scary.
Yeah, scary.
Yeah.
China.
China.
Wasn't she married to Six Pac or X Pac or whatever
Listen,
he
hey.
was?
It ate corn.
I'm going to throw it out there. China was kind of like I was really nervous.
Head of her time.
He was way ahead of her time. But she died a pretty awful death too. She went into the business, and then and then she never really found herself. I mean, she was a loss. She kind of went crazy, and then obviously lost her life too soon, which happens a lot with these wrestlers. I remember as a kid wanting to be a wrestler. Now looking back at 40 something, I'm like, man, the life these guys live, the being on the road, the drugs, a lot of the drugs are to medicate the pain that they go through with all the bumps and the bruises, but just being on the road and doing it with, yeah, there's a lot of sad stories, dude. There are so many sad stories, but good pick. I'm shocked you went there this soon, but okay.
It was fun. It was a fun one to mention.
You took her from me.
Oh, hey, look, then it was a smart move.
Very
All right,
good move.
back to you, Nick.
I feel like this one's going to be taken very soon, so I might as well hurry up and get it. One of my personal favorite Sting matches, and I mentioned it to him, the one, the only, the great Muta.
Yeah, good pick. I had him on my list. He was coming.
The moment you mentioned it with Vampiro, I'm like, oh, he's going to say it. He's going to say it. He's just missed my top 4. He was going to be my number 2. But then I was like, man, I gotta put Kane in there.
I like Muta.
Muta.
He had red face paint.
Either one. I think personally the white one's a really good one. The red one's iconic. And then his run with the NWO was pretty good as well. His run with Vampiro, like what KP mentioned, they were the WCW tag champs at one point. I mean, what has this man not done in wrestling? You know what I mean? Like, he's one of the most, if not next to Taker, next to Hogan, one of the most iconic wrestlers of all time. And I mean, when it comes to scary gimmick, scary wise, yeah, he's pretty scary. I mean, he's coming out, he's spitting poison mist at you. You know what I mean? So yeah, exactly. And I would definitely say a very pioneer type of wrestler, very influential, if you will, because we had guys like Penta, guys like Malachi Black, who did the poison mist at one point, now back as Aleister Black, which another one that I could have easily mentioned. You know what I mean? So,
what's her name? Asuka.
Asuka, yeah, she does it. You know what I mean? And her gimmick is pretty scary as well. But anyway, I'm saying
Ohio, you get 2 picks.
Boom, Buddha and.
All right, so I'm going to stick with the my theme of what people are scared of. For the
I'm
first
really
pick.
hoping you say this person right here because I've been wanting to show this for a while, and I have a feeling you were going to be the one to do it.
Who's afraid of the barber? Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
That is not what I was thinking.
People are scared of. Seriously,
Haircuts.
I got a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, and them sons of guns don't want to go to the barber sometimes because it's Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
He was on that show too. They were getting his clippers.
Yeah, I know. So it sticks with what are people afraid of?
He was also the disciple in NWO.
He was, yes.
Yes.
Yep. All right. So you
All
get
right, so
another pick.
now I'm going to flip and get off of all of that stuff, right? So the name of this show is what are the scariest wrestling gimmicks of all time? Scary Sherry. Zero chance. Scary Sherry. Gotta be on the list.
Scary Sherry.
Scary Sherry. Gotta be on the
Man,
list.
she
Her
was
name
something
is the name of the show.
She was something. That's a good pick. I love that. That is being literal as you can get. That's right next to you can't see him. Yeah. That's as literal as you can get. I love it. He is consistent.
Been
Yes.
consistent all night.
Say what you want. He's consistent.
All right. Venom, you got 2 more picks. Who do you think might not make it back? Who are you going to get right now?
I'm going to go back to the Attitude Era.
China.
I feel like this man definitely needs to be on the list. The one, the only, the loose cannon, Brian Pillman. Brian Pillman.
Oh, Flying Brian
Do
Pillman.
you guys remember when I dropped that in the chat a couple of weeks ago? Flying Brian Pillman?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Pillman.
Cincinnati
His run
Bengals.
in the. Wait, was that?
Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh yeah. By the way, his Dark Side of the Ring episode's pretty crazy.
Stone
as well.
Cold and him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And another one, I'm gonna throw a little bit of a deep cut.
Wait, do we have oh, we're not to you right now. No. We got to go back to me and then we'll come back to you. Cuz right?
I got 2 because I went back.
You got 2 because it was the start.
You got
of the
2 because we're going this way.
snake draft.
So
Yeah.
look,
We're going to come back to you, Nick.
So Nick,
Okay.
we went this
You
way.
do
and
get
then
another
down,
one,
and then
but-
we went this way, went down.
Yeah.
Now we're
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
back.
Eventually, Nick Venom.
You got
get
one more
another
though.
one.
You do have one more pick. A deep
All
cut.
right. I'm going to go
WCW. Deep.
Okay, so
Have you ever seen
here's
that
the thing. Again, I'm going to do this one. I mentioned in my criteria, like just guys that were just intimidating, not necessarily a scary gimmick or thing like that, but like just terrified to face this guy. And I think that this guy had a run where nobody wanted to face him, obviously because of the streak that he had. I'm going to go with Bill Goldberg. Yeah, I'm going to go Goldberg. That dude, he's the guy that I said bald guy.
I
will enter
almost
the-
went with some guys that were just scary, like I don't want to be in the ring with, like that.
But like
And
he
there's
would
a-
kill you in like 10
156
seconds.
and 0? 165 and 0?
175.
Yeah.
Okay, I know it was somewhere in
he
that.
would
That sounds
literally-
about right. 175 or 178.
His intro took way longer than his matches. Like what
But it was
tracing
so
him
hype.
it like everything like his intro, he's just laying that intimidate, like breathing in the smoke and everything. And
I smoke cigarettes and I don't have lung cancer. But Jesus,
Yeah.
I guarantee you that dude breathing that in,
yeah.
blowing
That's
that out
tireless.
is straight lung cancer.
Yeah. So but yeah, I'm gonna go Bill Goldberg. I mean, he would come out one move and you're done, and then he'd drop the who's next, and he was the most terrifying.
Dude, was that not some of the coolest things ever in wrestling, though? Like, just honestly,
Yeah.
we've
Yeah.
seen a lot of really cool things, but you walk out to the ring, you jackhammer a dude in 20 seconds, and then you say, "Who's next?" and you just walk on. And like, yeah, so
There
like,
was
so like,
even the time when he wasn't even talking. He was
No.
just
Yeah,
come
like,
spear
When he
him
first
and leave.
debuted, he didn't talk that much.
well, right, but it was
He didn't
hilarious
wrestle
how
that
like,
much either.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
he didn't. But it was like almost like an accident that it happened to go that way, because like whatever the first match, they were like, oh, people loved it, and then the second match was kind of like this, and then people were like, all right, so here's what we're gonna do: we're just gonna make you undefeated for 100 matches in a row.
Yeah.
And this is how it's gonna be, and people are gonna love it. And like, yeah, Goldberg, yeah.
All right.
Match with Hogan at
So I get
the
back-to-back picks to finish this thing off. I'm going to finish out the third round, go into the fourth. All right. So I believe we've done 3 of the 4 best tag team Rushmores on this. So there needs to be a fourth one. I'm going with the cult leaders of the Ministry of Darkness. Damn. The Acolytes, bruh. I'm going with Bradshaw and Farouk. Now, they ended up not being a lot of darkness for a whole long time because they ended up being kind of silly and being like
They were
yeah.
they were terrible.
enforcer. Just pay me to go beat up people. But in the beginning, they were like cult enforcers, right? And this next pick, this one, there's so many other places I can go. But this one, I just want to mention it. I want to talk about it. Now, it's not this. I'm hoping this gets mentioned by Ohio on his next pick, maybe. But if it's not mentioned, I'm going to still share this. But I'm going with, there was a tag team, but the tag team was not nearly as impressive as just this one character. I'm going with Chris Kanyon when he was Mortis.
Oh,
And Mortis
good one.
was like Mortal Kombat meets wrestling.
Yes. Glacier is another
He
one.
was like the Shao Kahn of wrestling. Now, he was also with Adam Bomb, which was Wrath, but I'm picking just Mortis.
Dude, Adam Bomb, that was awesome.
Yeah, well, but he was the Wrath, and when they were partners. But Adam Bomb but Adam Bomb, just throwing this out, was with Brian Adams as another tag team that can be on this list.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
So, all right, that's mine. That's how I'm finishing my mountain.
All right, my last one. Where do I want to go? So I don't even know who this one is. I'm just gonna honestly, this is one that showed up in Google, and I'm gonna throw another lady out there, and maybe Nick, you can school me on who this one is. But she is one of the absolutely most terrifying wrestlers I've ever seen. If we're just talking sheer, oh my gosh, what the heck? This girl looks like Cyndi Lauper and the girl from The Ring were in Mudvayne, and something happened. Abaddon is absolutely terrifying.
Terrifying.
I mean, I don't want to see this ever. Like literally, like a demon. Like it's just.
So she was in AEW. She started in AEW, and she had a very cool gimmick. It was like Marilyn Manson meets. There was the way how she described it is Marilyn Manson. There was a Japanese death metal. Yeah, exactly, death metal band. And I mean, why they released her and why they never gave her a title, I'll never know. But alone,
she actually was she a good wrestler? I mean, I'm just going off of terrifying.
Her wrestling is not the greatest, but it's not the. She's an all right wrestler. I mean, I never really seen her outside of AEW. She's doing stuff now. She's a women's champion in some independent promotion. But, she, very scary. Very scary indeed. That's a really good pick. Abaddon, I didn't even think of that. That's a really good pick.
It showed up on a list, and I'm like, she's got to get mentioned today because terrifying.
Hey, I'm just going to give a shout out. Crybaby Games is watching. But
what's up, Crybaby?
He doesn't have, I don't know, there's a reason he can't chat. So he sent me a text. But he's going to be on the show come January and February. Hey, man, thanks for being here. We're almost done with the show. We're almost finishing up. Yeah, Rosemary in TNA is pretty crazy as well. All right. Ohio. What are people scared of?
No, Venom, I think.
Venom's got one.
Oh, yeah, you're fit.
So I mentioned the deep cut. We're going to the Dark Side of the Ring episode. Christopher Colt. For those who don't know, he was a guy that was very crazy, if you will. One of his matches, he thought he had a giant spider climb on top of the cage, and he was so scared that he jumped out of that cage and won the match. But he was on a lot of drugs, but he was a very scary individual.
He looks terrifying.
Christopher what?
Colt.
Chris Colt?
Chris Colt, yeah. Well, I say Christopher Colt, but Chris Colt, yeah.
Wow.
Y'all about to look it up. I told you guys to show in a deep cut.
It's like Alice Cooper meets. Yeah, that's kind of scary.
Yeah. This Alice Cooper meets, I think, Elton John in a way.
Is his eyebrow? That's so weird. His eyebrow is pierced.
It's Alice Cooper meets Elton John.
Yeah, I mean the dude was flamboyant. He was flamboyant.
He has an eyebrow ring that has a chain that attaches to his earring.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Look at this dude.
Yeah, the dude's crazy, bro.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
I'm telling y'all, go watch this episode. Because when I was making
what's
this
even
list,
best is his eyebrow ring is a safety pin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be, of course. Safety first.
do I get another pick or
No, that was
No,
your,
that's
that was
it.
the last
You're
pick.
done, bro.
Ohio's
Yeah, that's the
going
last
to
one.
finish the show.
Ohio
with
gets
one
the
more.
last pick of the show.
I do, and there's so many that I haven't. Like Kirk, I know. Look, I'm just gonna leave you with that, and it's not gonna we can have
Well,
that.
you don't even
discussion
know what I
later.
got.
I don't know what you got, but I've got a few ideas. So my last pick of all of this, dang, should it be Papa Shango? Should it be Kamala? Should it be
Look,
Andre
this
the
is
Giant?
a trained veteran. You see how he's just throwing things out?
Yeah, he's getting extra ones in
That's
there. I
it.
like
Look,
it.
I mean,
Getting his extras in.
all right. So I'll go back to I stick with the
New Jack. That's a good pick. That dude's
oh
nuts.
damn, I didn't even think of that. New Jack.
Damn, I didn't even.
I didn't even think of that.
I'm
That
gonna
dude
go
is
with
nuts.
I'm gonna go with Dr. Britt Baker, AEW Women's Champion from a bunch of years
Yes.
ago. She's the dentist. Everybody's afraid of the dentist, right? But the only reason that she made my list is she is beautiful. She is not scary at all, except for she's a dentist. KP, that's my last pick, bro.
Dang it, man. All right. Well, look, I have to show it off anyways because I mentioned it. So before we go, I mentioned that I won this
Yeah.
and I won. Hold on.
Although Butt Crack City over here.
This. Which this is the Ric Flair auto. And I won that game, but I also won this. This.
Uh-oh.
And I don't know if you even remember
Big
this.
Tom
Ohio.
Hogan.
No. So this is going to be the only actual murderer on the list.
Oh no! No! No!
No way.
Oh no!
Oh,
no!
gee. Oh.
That's it. Cut the show. It's over. Cut
Lights
the show.
out. Chris Benoit, baby.
That's it.
Look, Chris Benoit's autograph on this sealed DVD, Hard Knocks, and it says World Heavyweight Champ Raw 04.
Yes.
I was like, if you're scared of something, you're scared of death.
I mean, yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
most
I
literal
know
thing.
everybody's like, don't talk about it. But I tell you what,
Unsubscribe.
before he
This man
went
with the Chris
absolutely
Benoit.
CTE crazy,
Unsubscribe.
this dude was probably the best wrestler of all time.
Oh yeah, by far. I
Re-
mean,
like technical.
talent
tactical.
alone, yeah, like by far the best.
So,
Personal wise, oof.
but this was also purchased. I mean, it's still got the stickers on it and everything. It's all
Yeah.
sealed. It's completely sealed. But this was one of the things I won with those tickets at that
Yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
We had some crazy nights there with the stupid tickets on Monday night.
Yeah, man. I was like, man, if anybody's gonna say scared of murders or
Oh.
scared of whatever,
So like in all honesty, like that didn't go into that stuff never went into my brain, like because I'm not worried about a murderer, things like that. Like
no,
it's-
I was just like, I thought you might have just done it as a play on words, the way you were going, like with John Cena.
no, but that was pretty. No, I swear to God, that John Cena thing came
So,
from. a
anyways,
14-year-old today.
Man, what a fun show. Ohio, can't wait to have you on again. Venom, can't wait to have you on again. I will tell you all this. We're finishing out the year with food. Our food topics are in November and December. We start food next week. We don't even have a topic for next week because Mr. Dave has still not hit me up. If you guys want to jump on a food topic, let me know. There's openings. There's not openings, but we have one person in almost every week. You can join in with somebody if you'd like. And actually, Andy's going to be out of town for 2 of those weeks. So there's that. I just wanted to share this with you guys. After this set of the show, Andy and I have talked it over. We made a decision starting in our 5th year, which will be January 3rd. We'll make our 5th year, which coming in 2026, we are changing the format to the show. and we are going to only do video games, music, and movies and TV. Reason being, we love sports, we love food, and we love nostalgia, but we can blend those in the other three. And most of the people that come to watch our show come to watch for video games, movies and TV, and music. And so,
To hell with wrestling.
now, no, but here's the thing: we can fit wrestling in on movies and TV. We can, we'll get it in there. And so, if you want to come back on for another wrestling show, Nick, we would love to have you. We'll do wrestling again, right? We've already done the best music, so don't know that we can get into music. We've already done the best video games, but we could definitely fit it in music and movies and TV. And what we're going to do is we're going to do video games, music, movies, and TV for 2 months, and then we'll do it again. So in the second half of the year, we'll do video games, music, and movies and TV again. So that's where we're going forward. And I already have video games booked. And for the people that are hanging out here, I'm going to just throw out some names. I did this last year, and it worked out really good because people were like, what? You guys got all those people. Listen, this is one of the reasons we're going to this, because a lot of the people that follow the people that come on our show, they want to watch similar things. And so why not have our friends on again and again and again? But look, already booked in January, first week of January, Bryce is right there. We're going to have him along with Game Dad Show and potentially GameCube Game. He's potentially coming on too. In week 2, we have the Tech Buzz, we have Gamer Aimer and Mindy from Nintendo. Week 3, we have Grailbound Gaming, Zach. We have the other Zach from Iowa Retro Gaming Dad, and we have Ro, which is Mysticles, coming on the show. In week 4, we have Koi Fish, who was just here. We have Yellow Rose, and we have Video Game Votary, which was here earlier, which was Destination Switch. And then finishing off the month, we have Christian Ninja coming on for the last week. And then February, we have Manny's Arcade and G to the Next Level. We have we have Saturn Steve, and we have GameCube Galaxy, which is Marcelo coming on. We have Austin Bell, the curator of Southeast Gaming Exchange, along with Crybaby Games, which is Marshall and Taylor. He was the guy I shouted out. And then we have Double Mint Games, probably the biggest, next to Phoenix Resale, the biggest video game resale folks out there, are coming on with Retro Gaming Pandemic. Listen, between all of those people, it's probably close to 500,000 subscribers of all these people. There's so many people that have 50, 20, 15, whatever, and they're all coming to hang out with us. And I cannot tell you, we're already booking people in March, which is music. April, we've got people booked all the way in the next set of video games, which is Monado Max. And he's coming in August. We already booked it in August, dude. So if you guys want to come hang out with us, we'll have some fun. Yeah, Bryce, you got 7K. Bryce just broke 7K.
Yeah, Bryce was asking where he can follow Venom. Venom, you need to tell him where you can follow. You can't follow me anywhere.
At World of Kayfabe.
Anything.
At World of Kayfabe. So with that being said, before we head out, Venom, shout out your channel one more time for the 13s of folks that are still hanging around, and tell them how they can find you, where you're going to go. Tell them that you're starting this show soon. Tell them the date so they're there, and let them all know.
So, for those of you who are just coming on, we're about to end the show. Where you can find me at, yes, my hair is messed up because I had a bunch of luchador mask and a K mask. Where you can find me, like KP just mentioned, What a Kayfabe Podcast. We're going to be on every Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. Central Time over on Twitch. And then the replay of that will be on YouTube Friday morning. For those who missed the live show and all that stuff, follow me on Instagram at Nick Venom. Follow me on Twitch at Nick Venom. And of course, if you guys are in the Baton Rouge area or if you're in the Louisiana area, come check me out this Saturday at the Anime Verse, our wrestling con, whatever it is called. Sting will be there. Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner's going to be there. Killer Cross and Scar Bordeaux's going to be there. Lex Luger's going to be there. You can't miss out. It's going to be awesome. And also, if you love anime as well, come check it out. It's going to be great. Tickets are still available right now. But yeah, we'll be back. Mortal Kayfabe Podcast will be coming back January 1st of 2026 at 9:30 p.m. You can't miss out. Please, I would deeply appreciate it if you guys subscribe, turn the notifications on. That way you don't miss out any of our content whenever we upload a video. So yeah, thank you, Bryce. Thank you for the follow on Insta. Deeply appreciate it. And that's pretty much it.
And Ohio, we'll get you on again. Maybe get Big Papa Paul back on. We got to see if we can't squeeze some friends on over. Ohio, how you doing in fantasy football?
I mean, like today, or like overall.
Overall,
I mean, way better than you, bro.
Yeah, I'm 1-10.
Like, I mean, like it's like you.
Hey, but I do know this.
You want to go down this road with your subscribers, or do you want to wait until
usually
we get
I
offline
hang out
after,
down low.
or what?
Usually I hang out down low one more time, and then boom, I win this thing. So I'm like one season away from taking.
Bro, hey, Andy, you're gonna really, really, really appreciate this. I think dude has like a 2% chance of making the playoffs. Hold up, I'm about to.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
You're telling
A
me
2% chance.
I am 1-7. That means I basically got to win out and hope that
I lose a ton of games.
Yeah. Are you in 6th?
No, I'm in first, bro.
Oh, yeah.
No, see,
I don't have to worry about you. I have to worry about 6th place.
You're right. 6th place is 3-5. Yeah, so
No, I'm only 2 wins out of the playoffs.
Hey, you got a lot of work to do, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not doing good in the Rushmore League. I'm like 2 wins in that Rushmore League, but I'm in another league
I
with a
got
bunch of
Tyreek
youth
Hill,
pastors.
IR, Omarion Hampton, IR,
Bryce
Malik
just makes
Neighbors,
your link
IR.
for
Dude, I got so many people that are
I'm
out half the year.
I'm dominating in my other league that is just with youth pastors in Louisiana. So it happened out that I got Jahmyr Gibbs and Jonathan Taylor. Those are my 2 running backs.
And
So-
Lamar Jackson's back. So
and Lamar
congratulations.
Jackson's back. And yeah, it's been a good year. So far.
Well, look, man, it's time to get out of here. Good night to everybody. We love you guys. Thanks for being on the show. We can't wait to have you on again. We'll pick some topics. We'll get you on. Next week, Dave Mattingly, food topic. And then Andy's out for 2 weeks. And then, by the way, we're out for Thanksgiving and Christmas this year. We're not doing anything. So don't be on the lookout. We'll see you guys next time, next Thursday. Andy, tell everybody good night.
All right. This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top 4.
And
Nothing more. Goodbye.